Howdy, folks, and welcome to the very first live edition of the Anchor Bay Archives podcast. I'm the Creepy Kentuckian.
I'm Uncle Bill.
I'm Garrett from Born to Be Rad. And who is our special guest again tonight, guys? The man, the myth, the legend.
You know, I
Dr. Slipponomics.
Slipponomics.
Yeah, we couldn't forget a song. We got to have a song. So
No, you don't.
Just feels right. Let's get 2 scoops from this motherfucker.
Oh, God damn it.
Slippy tonight. Slipcase, Michael Bill. Slipcase, Michael Bill.
I love it.
So he's like Triple H. He's got multiple theme songs that he can use at any point in time.
How many do I have at this point? Like 5, 6?
At least 5. Yeah.
I still love the original one. That one I did enjoy.
See, that's kind of a remix of the original one, kind of.
Yeah.
Just
The techno version.
Now this is going to be good, guys. This is the first ever Anchor Bay podcast live show. It'll be so cool to be joined by Uncle Bill and Slippy tonight because we've got some business that we want to tend to when it comes to some of these old school releases and their cover art, man. Sometimes you had awesome cover art when you guys used the movie posters, but then there was a lot of times where you just kind of like threw something together, and that's the ones we want to kind of talk about today.
Yeah, I want to clarify something before we start getting into this. We had a really talented graphics department at Anchor Bay. Really great people. A lot of these covers that we're going to talk about tonight, without a doubt, I'm sure every single one of them you're going to bring up, no one in the art department was happy with either, because of certain limitations we had on what we were able to use, and this edict that came down while I was there and lasted for quite a long time, as I recall, that Walmart didn't want illustrated covers anymore. That illustrated covers don't
came
sell.
from Walmart, huh?
Apparently through Walmart. Well, it came from the sales department, but it came, we think, from Walmart. And then they related to us, and basically they're blaming illustrated covers. So no more illustrated covers.
Wait,
And
what are
as a
they
result of
blaming
that-
illustrated covers for? Like lack of sales or something?
I don't. Again, you're asking questions that are beyond my
That
pay
kind
grade
of creativity wasn't welcome around that time.
Yeah, like after the Scream stuff, and it was all those floating heads. They probably wanted a lot of that
exactly. So
stuff,
at the end of the day, that meant that a lot of our catalog releases were kind of fucked because the illustrated posters and so forth and the previous ones that were used for the video releases we couldn't use. So we had to use whatever photography came with these things, if there was any really to work with. And sometimes these movies didn't have great still photography available to us. This is back in 2002, 3. It wasn't like you could just go on certain websites and find 40 photos for these things. We were at the mercy of what the studios or what the producer would give to us, and sometimes it just wasn't that good. And then they'd have to go through the marketing department, and then the salespeople would chime in. And so you would take a cover that really no one was that happy with to begin with, and it gets watered down and even more kind of fucked up.
And a lot of the times I noticed that like the images and stuff was almost like from a screenshot of the movie.
Sometimes they would. There was just a lot of there was just a lot of
business
stuff.
phone call.
Yeah.
Williams Ragsdale was on the phone.
No, yeah, I wish. No. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. And so anyway, yeah.
Lisa Zane. You remember they had a thing going back in the day.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. But in any case, there was just a lot of factors that came into play as to why some of these things look the way they do.
Cease and desist from Anchor Bay.
Anchor Bay doesn't exist anymore. Well, there is a new Anchor, but they're not going to care about
Look,
this.
they're not going to
pretty much
Listen, here's another thing though when it comes to these. As much as you might look at these and be like, "Oh my God, what were they thinking?" To someone like myself, like this was the first image for this movie that I'd ever seen. So as much as some of these I think come off as terrible, they do hold a little bit of a special place in my heart because this was the first movie art I'd ever seen for some of these movies. So, love them or hate them, I do think that some of them hold a special place in my heart just for nostalgia purposes and picking up a blind buy on a movie I'd never seen before, watching it, and then just assume that was like the regular poster art, and then later coming to find out it really wasn't. But I can't give you guys credit for that.
It's gonna be a fun show.
Well,
man.
let's just dive right in. Just start bringing up the evidence here in the trial.
We already have almost 150 people watching us already live, so we appreciate everybody tuning in and everything. Before we get started, though, I just kind of wanted to get everybody's thoughts on this because this was pretty much a big physical media story today.
Oh, you know who that was calling? Sorry, you know who that was calling?
Who's that?
It was Mike Ortiz calling me.
Oh my God, he's like, get me on that.
And no, he just basically accused me of bad mouthing him.
Oh my God!
I told you.
No, no, I would never badmouth Mike, even though at the end he was the head of the graphics department. So
Well, he
really,
was
at
there
the end
a
of
lot.
the day,
Yeah, a
a
lot
lot
of
these are his fault.
right. Most of them probably.
Yeah, most of them. He could have stopped a lot of these things from happening, but
Maybe it was the wacky tobacco that he was, and that was throwing it off.
No, he don't do that.
Oh yeah.
He's like, this is fun. It was the fumes from the Book of the Dead was still frying his
Oh
brain. So
well,
he
yeah,
was like,
that lasted for a while, but no.
But what I was going to briefly mention and talk about here, because I thought it was interesting. Like, I'm not a super big fan of the series or anything, but I think this was a massive announcement from Arrow Video today that they are doing the complete collection of Stranger Things in this big deluxe box set.
That ought to do really well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a big one, especially because again, it's a Netflix series, right? So we haven't really had a lot of those. So I think this
No.
is a huge deal and a door that's been open now to future projects.
I have never seen an episode of that show.
You didn't miss a thing. I watched
You know
the
why-
whole series. And
Well, you know
didn't
why
miss
I
a
haven't watched it?
thing.
And I've heard. I mean, look, for all intents, it was everyone was telling me when the first season was on. I was like, "Oh my god, you'll love this. You'll love this. It's 80s. It's all 80s stuff. It's all 80s." And after a while, I was like, "You know what? Fuck that. I don't want. No, I'm not going to watch this." And I almost became like, "No." Everyone was telling me how much I was going to love it. It actually made me not want to watch it. And so I've never seen a single episode of the show. It's a stupid reason to not watch the show. But no, I've never seen an episode.
Well, honestly,
of the
with
show.
me, we watched some of the first season and then I never watched any more of it. So my wife and I have been talking about going back and like trying to rewatch it again, like the episodes that we've seen. And then, so this would be a good way to do it. I mean, I'll get the check discs from Arrow if they actually send any review copies, but
Listen, you're going to waste a whole lot of your life and be horribly disappointed if you do that. But
could you put Adam Wilson's little thing up for a second, please?
yeah, it's a good idea, Adam.
Yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Haven't seen the rest. Done.
The rest don't exist in my world.
I don't care about. I like the first one. I thought the second one was really entertaining. The third one was like, okay, now we're just making fun of trilogies. And then when you're on the fourth one, it's just like I don't even give.
Did you watch the ones after 3?
did you watch 5 Cream?
I haven't seen 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, however fucking many.
They're up to 8. Yeah, they did 8.
I havenn't seen any of
No,
them.
wait,
And
7. It's 7. They're working on 8.
could not care less. I've
didn't like
never been.
You didn't like
That would
Dermot
for me.
Mulroney
Scream
being
would have
the
been
whole
wonderful.
family?
Scream would have been great if they just done the one
I agree,
and left it at that.
100%.
But no, they're not. Of course, they were going to make 100 of them, but now at this point, it's just like. And my point, I guess, with Scream is, how many people want to kill Nev Campbell? It's like, and it's not even the same people she knew. It's like the sons and the nephews of the people. It's like, why does everyone hate this woman so fucking
it's
much?
even worse now where they went with it. To be honest with you, it really is stupid.
Yeah, I'm.
She just needs
it's
to.
gotten
All
so
Nev
far
Campbell
out
needs to do is go on vacation like she did in Scream 6, and she's fine.
She just
don't
no.
care.
She needs
She
to go
goes to
live somewhere
Hollywood.
by herself, and even the deer are going to put on ghost face masks and try to kill her. You know, it's just like this is a, hello.
That would be more
Sydney.
entertaining, actually. Is more.
This
just all
is a
these deer running
squirrel?
around
No.
in ghost face masks.
Let's play some more games, Sydney. You remember me?
Oh man.
What the fuck was that? Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Sydney.
Eastern Kentucky.
Hey,
Hey, Sydney.
Hey, Sydney.
I said, you don't play a game, you whore.
Oh,
All right, come on. Let's bring these covers on. Let's get going with
let's
this.
do that.
no, we're
Super
gonna take all
chat.
night. You can't stop.
I'll just leave. Fuck y'all. I don't need this.
You can't.
All right,
well, you
well,
can-
what I'll start with, because we were talking about this. We got another super chat real quick here before I forget.
We'll
I'm
keep
ready
getting
for
super
spring.
chats, so we can't do it. So come on.
We have
Keep
to
sending
thank
super
people for the
chats.
super chats.
Yeah,
Right.
keep super chatting, and then we'll just
That we
keep
pay.
holding it off.
Pay bills. I'll get it started though, because this
Okay.
is a movie that I've put over numerous times. I think Sleepy, you're a big fan of this movie too. But the cover did this movie no fucking favors at all. And this is one of our favorite filmmakers. Is this the one that's directed by Big Ass Luna? Yeah, it is. Anguish. Look at that.
You know what? I don't dislike that cover that much.
I kind of hate it, man. It looks like Zelda Rubinstein is like trying to shit on the.
I'll tell you this: it took me till 2026 to watch that for the first time.
Oh.
That's how I was not interested by that cover.
And
art.
it's a
and the thing is, I
great
think
movie.
didn't Blue
yeah.
Underground just take the same artwork and do
It's
that on theirs too?
exactly the
That
same.
one doesn't rank as one of my least favorites. Although I mean, no, it's not. No, I like the fact that we got away with putting the knife and the eyeball on the front
Yeah, that's
cover.
the cool part right there.
That was
Oh hell, folks! I've got the shits. Oh, it's burning my ass.
so. This going to be the level of discourse here for this.
Yeah,
this,
it's
okay.
pretty much going to be it all night.
All right.
All right,
well, like,
this sitting on a shelf though, nothing really screams it like, oh shit, I've got to get this.
My
This is
only
great.
criticism with that cover was the font, because I always thought it looked like Anguish. The I looks like a T, so it looks
Although-
like
It's got
Yeah.
that white line going across the top. Yeah, Angutush.
Interesting. I thought this was in here. This was from I don't know if you can see it on camera there. Michael Felcher did the.
Oh, did I write the
liner
liner notes for
in
that?
this, This is one of those movies though that was really cursed with bad artwork, right?
Yeah, the key video one wasn't much better.
It was.
That's not terrible, but it doesn't tell you anything about the movie.
It's. I don't know. Do they think Zelda Rubinstein herself is going to sell the movie though?
He's the
Yeah, the VHS artwork had like a lot of like red lines on it or squigglies or something. I can't remember the. But
It's
I
like
don't remember-
Zelda Rubinstein's doing her best Undertaker impression on
yeah, it
the.
does.
Oh,
Well, you know, don't you have the VHS of Anguish?
I'm sure he
I
does.
actually don't think I do, to be honest with you.
You're
just
fired.
gotten
You're
it
fucking fired.
this
Hell
year
yeah.
after him and I did a show talking about it. So yeah, I just watched it for the first time a couple months ago.
But yeah,
No, but
I think
I don't hate that cover. I really don't hate that cover.
this is one though. This has got Red Shirt Home Video written all over it. This has got to be one of
100%.
your
Different
yeah.
artwork though, but yeah.
No, we're going to use that. If I do that one again, I'm using that exact same
Your
art.
reverse cover at least.
Oh, at least.
I've got the squirt.
All right. Well, that's okay. All right. Maybe not
All right,
my
well,
favorite
how about
cover, but
this
not
one?
my.
Maybe you can talk to me about this, because this is a movie that everybody loves, right? Most people, I would say. And it's one of your top sellers, I think, when it comes to a specific movie, because you guys must have put this out 5, 6, 7 times. But this artwork here is out of control. This is the Army of Darkness one with like Bruce Campbell, like just hanging out on the front with his mouth open. Like, was that the Walmart? Like, put him on the cover.
He's sitting below Zelda Rubinstein's what it is. Right.
That actually looks like a good double feature with them on this. Huh?
Yeah, that Army of Darkness cover. I don't know much about that one. Yeah, it's not my favorite. I think they were looking for something that was not the theatrical poster,
That you guys haven't used yet, basically. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do this.
because that was our theatrical DVD. That one came out at the same time as the limited edition, so we wanted something that stood out from.
And that was kind of like a bargain release, I think, right? It's like a
Well, it was
It
just
says
a
on it,
single
too.
disc
It says right
theatrical.
here, It
That's
says
all.
trapped in time, surrounded by evil, low on gas. Just like
With-
printed like sideways like that. See, like it's just random.
Yeah, again, not our best cover, but not my least favorite by any stretch.
Okay.
Oh, God.
It's certainly not the best of all the Army of Darkness covers.
Don't you
out
think
there.
though? Like lately, it seems like a lot more people are just shitting on Army of Darkness for some reason. Though we were talking about that.
It's not my favorite of the Evil Dead movies. In fact, it's probably my least favorite of all the Ash Evil Dead stuff. It's my least favorite of all of them.
Well,
All
I mean, I
right,
guess I can
Slippy,
see
fine.
that.
That's
I-
fine, buddy.
Yeah.
Look, I got one for you.
Okay.
I don't have the DVDs for this because all that shit's in storage, but I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. And if I just want to know what the
Bring
fuck
it up.
happened here, just real quick, if you could give me your opinion, if I can find this on here about what the
Real
hell
quick.
happened. What the
I'm
fuck
gonna
is
have to
this?
We're waiting for 2 scoops, by the way, according to Business of Fear.
That's a-
Oh, I
well, I'm
don't
glad
know.
you can enjoy waiting.
What is this?
That's the I don't know. Well, that was before my time, and that was just they tried to do something different.
That looks like some shit Garrett would wear on here. It's rad.
It's funny. All the ones you're bringing
would-
up are
I
not
would
ones
buy
I would
that
have even
t-shirt,
thought
though.
of for this.
You know
show.
what it almost looks like? It looks like when like a color printer's running out of like
Well, it's just a photo negative of the key art for that key photo, and they just kind of. It was a different. I've never hated that one either, really.
I actually never minded that when it's because it's kind of like peculiar looking or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a lot better than when Lionsgate threw it out there with that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
care.
I've
I didn't much
actually-
care for that one.
Yeah, I actually brought that Lionsgate one up over here somewhere. That was pretty bad.
But no, I don't hate that one either. You really kind of easing me into this because you're just bringing up ones I don't really dislike that
This is-
much.
Look, this is just tier 1. We haven't even gone to the
Oh,
seventh
tier
rung of
one.
Halo.
Oh, there are tiers of this. Oh,
The next one that I've got, though, Martin, that one's actually quite valuable too, by the way.
it very
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. This one right here, if you like this one, man, I don't know what to think about you. Right. I found this in the Goodwill, and I don't even know why I bought it for $1, just because that little logo on the spine, right?
Hmm.
And I was like, what the fuck even is this? And I'll just Highlander. There can be only one.
I kind of need that.
Unholy
Okay,
alliance.
all right. I don't. This was they must have repaired. We did box sets initially of Highlander, so this must have been after that. I don't. They must have really been running low on photos to do because that's.
It looks like a
Why?
Mike
I don't-
Bolton album.
I don't
or
know.
something.
Yeah, why is he looking at me like he just wants to have his way
like,
with
hey.
it?
It's not. It's
Wanna
not a
have some
very.
fun tonight?
It's not a very exciting photo. It's like it's the immortal one fighting for to be the only one. I tell
So
you.
like,
God.
this was like a TV movie or something, maybe. Or,
I need that now, though. That's unbelievable.
Wow, that one that again we
Adrian
didn't get.
Paul.
Sometimes we didn't get a lot of key art
it
or a lot
went
of
all out. They even have like a little insert with it.
Yeah, we didn't
it's Flippy
get.
do
We
the
didn't
talking.
have a lot of photos to work with on, especially with TV product where you got to do a lot of different discs and stuff. Sometimes you were limited,
were-
but even I have to admit that was probably not the best choice.
They're really hawking like the fantasy sort
The
of
box
sorcery
sets that
stuff.
Jill Valuette did, the Highlanders and the Xenas and everything, and they were great.
Hercules.
They were great, especially the Highlanders because it was a sort of half box outer wrap and everything. It was really, really cool. But yeah, that one, I'm sure that was that we have no more images of Adrian Paul. What do we have left? Well, we got one where he's smiling, looking like
2004,
he's getting a
it says.
BJ. And it's like, okay, we'll just put that on the cover. And
It does kind of look like Scott Stapp.
it does.
Yeah.
Here on my old hair,
Lord is her.
I'll be the only one. There can be only one. Yeah. No, that's okay. You got me on that one. That one is not that. That could have been better.
I don't think I'd ever seen this before at all, though.
I've never
What the
seen that
fuck
cover
is
before
this?
either. I have never seen that. I don't know what that is. That was not. Again, yeah, Highlander. How you doing? Okay,
Yeah, if you really put that cover over, I wouldn't know what to think.
No, that's okay. And that that was not. That was not the best one. That was not the best one.
All right.
Is that all you got?
No, I got this one, and this is another one. I mean, again, it tells you kind of what the movie's about, but it's a very random image. But it's a Zoltan, Hound of Darkness.
Again,
What?
this was one. This was one that suffered from no illustrated
That's
art.
fucking
That-
killer.
that's
I've got to
the-
get that. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Hey, the dog's on the cover.
Dogs on the cover.
I
yeah.
mean, you know,
It's got a guy with
basically-
violent
It's
diarrhea.
basically the same thing. It's the
my favorite.
same place.
Yeah, my
Like
favorite
nuclear
story
mist is
about.
around them.
I have one story about Zoltan Hound of Dracula. I went to I forget what year this was, but we went to Chicago Wizard World one year, and Stan Winston was there signing. He was doing a line of his own action figures for this fantasy line he had created, and I went there to get his autograph on a Pumpkinhead action figure. And I stood in line, and at the time I was working for Anchor Bay, and at that time we were doing Parasite and Zoltan Hound of Dracula, which he did the effects for. And I go up to him, and he's sitting there, and I get him the Pumpkinhead thing. He's like, "Oh, thank you very much," and everything, blah, blah, blah. I said, "By the way, I'm working for Anchor Bay Entertainment, and we're doing 2 films you worked on." He went, "Oh, which ones?" And I went, "Parasite and Zoltan Hound of Dracula." And he just looked at me and went, "I'm so glad you stopped by. Thank you very much for coming by today. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it." And I walk off like, oh God, did I offend him or something? And a guy was sitting like 2 or 3 seats down from him at the table, saw all this happen. He waved me over and he went, "Hey, what happened there?" It's like, I told him it was Zoltan. I was like, "Can you do me a favor? Here's my address at the shop. When those movies come out, can you send like 5 or 6 copies, and we'll place them all over the office to torment Stan?" And so it's like, okay. And I did. I don't know if they ever got there or whatever, but yeah, apparently Stan Winston was a real smartass. So
Let me ask you this, though. I actually really like this movie. Has this been released again anywhere else or no?
Yeah, someone did.
Kino do it?
Yeah, I think they did.
They
I
might
think
have
Kino
done it.
did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've actually got that over there.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
And I'm
Okay.
sure they went back to the original poster art. I'm sure they did not reuse what we did.
I think Kino does like all of like the horror dog movies. I think they've
That
got
was a
all of
Studio
them.
Canal title, so that came with that package of titles. So
What was the fascination? Was there a movie that was a big hit that was like a devil dog movie that caused
there's
them to,
Devil
like-
Dog, the Hound of Hell.
Yeah, Devil Dog. Then you had
then
there's a
Zoltan,
lot of
the
dog
Hound of
movies around. I
Dracula.
don't know if it was Cujo, maybe. I don't know what.
Yeah, there's Cujo.
Cujo
there's,
would have been later on though. These were like in
Man's
the
Best
70s,
Friend is
right?
another. Cool
White
one, I think.
Dog. There's a whole.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't talk about that one.
No, not really. Yeah. But
No.
yeah. So Zoltan, that was not top tier. I grant you that. And that came during that period of the no illustrated cover edict. Ugh.
The Pack, yeah, Play Dead. There's a lot of dog ones that.
Yeah. Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Michael Felsher thinks he's smart. He's not. Thanks.
What the? Damn.
Wow.
Okay.
Somebody just wants you to know that. From
Yeah.
the bottom
Wait,
of their heart.
Zoltan has a 4K. I am today's years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got to get that, Garrett. Got to
We're
upgrade,
gonna get
man.
it now. Yeah.
And I'll print out a cover for you to use for that.
That'll fit the 4K.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll
Okay.
reformat that for you.
Sick. Thank you. All right. You got any more, CK or UB?
You guys better have more than this.
I got tons over here. I just.
Oh yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Maybe
I got them stuffed
He's
on my
getting
ass.
his
is
radio.
what I got 'em.
All right. Do you want me
I
to just
gotta-
throw this one up? It kind of falls in the same line as this. This was pretty bad, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, again, that one I know we didn't have much in the way of imagery on.
Paul Nash's
Not at
Curse of the
all.
Devil. I mean, if you check out the one that
Looks like they colored
they're
that in
all
with a
looking
marker
really
or
good.
whatever, like the eyes and the mouth and all that.
Again,
Yeah.
yeah, that one, and it's not-
Although representing the Paul Nashy movie, it's pretty accurate, right? Because Paul Nashy movies are boring as fuck anyway.
yeah, we had that one in
honest.
Werewolf Shadow. I thought the Werewolf Shadow cover was actually pretty decent, but Curse of the Devil, yeah, it was pretty much got a bloody werewolf on the front and call it a day. I mean, it was, and it's not misrepresentative of the movie. So,
True that.
there's that. So, but no.
All right, Uncle Bill, what you got?
what about this one? I just think this cover's
Look
funnier
like-
than hell looking, like in and of itself. I don't remember this movie. I'm wondering if Slippy remembers this movie.
Wet movie, what's going on, brother?
Succubus.
Oh yeah,
I've got that over there somewhere, I think.
we couldn't get really that explicit with it. And Franco's films are, especially his more erotic films, are very lurid, even with the poster art, the key art they would use. And Anchor Bay really couldn't do that back then. So that was probably the best we could have done it. I don't think that one's necessarily that bad. it just isn't particularly exciting either. I think they were
He's a
pretty,
succubus.
Does it really tell you all you need to know about succubus though?
pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not a big Jess Franco guy, so
But also the one thing that I noticed too about the cover is you see that font and stuff that's just not that picture. That's on the fucking cover. What is that?
what?
That's on her like chest and
On her
Oh, is
face
that
and stuff.
actually on the?
That's on the cover. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't
Hold
tell
on.
what that is.
Because
Oh.
like I noticed that too. It's like, what the hell is that?
Oh, it's like the definition of succubus or something.
Holy
You know,
Lord,
it's funny,
they
that's the first
super
time- That's the first time I've ever noticed that.
I
I
thought
don't
that
think
was. That's even worse.
Well,
than
that's what
thought.
I thought at first too. But I remember when I got it, I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah,
It looked
that-
like
I don't know.
somebody
That's-
stamped something on it. Or
No.
whatever.
They superimposed like the definition of succubus over top of the cover. It looks like.
Yeah,
They're over.
I've never noticed that before. Never noticed that one
Jesus
before.
Christ.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, but you know,
It's a sensual experience of '69, though. Succubus.
It is.
it is.
All right, I got a big
So-
one for you here.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, I
asked you?
hope you're talking about a cover.
Here we go.
What do we think of this?
Oh, I don't hate that one.
Oh, come on, Bilge. What the fuck? Look at that.
That's a prime
I-
example of screenshots from the fucking.
Yeah, I
movie.
think it would be better if all the kids weren't on the bottom and just left it at Louise Fletcher. But I don't. It's funny that one never really. There is one fun. You can open that up.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. On the bottom, if you know, you can't read it there, but you know who
Says right
said
here, created for the screen by modern master of occult Wes Craven, the director of Nightmare on Elm Street and Last House on the Left, Flowers in the Attic.
that poster was done when Wes Craven was attached to direct it.
And you guys
before
just
he
said,
died.
"Fuck it, let's just put it in."
So
yeah,
what's-
because we had it in our archives. It's like let's see if anybody notices, and a lot of people did.
Yeah.
A lot of people did.
What's interesting is I do remember seeing that, but for some reason I was just assuming that maybe he was the producer on it or something, and I didn't really even look into it. But yeah,
Actually, you know what's
neat.
funny is ever since I brought this up on a show, it might have been an Anchor Bay Archive show. Someone actually sent me this after we did the show, which is like must have been out of some book.
Oh,
or
trade
something.
ad.
Yeah, but it was the same image and it says the same thing about.
I think
Craven.
that's where we
So
might have gotten it from.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Because New World, we had a lot of the New World archives, and we had even older artwork stuff from that was actually from New World Home Video, and that was one of the things I think that was just in the file because they had to do that ad, and we had the original art for that ad.
all right. So
I have two full binders of the original production slides for the still photography from Flowers in the Attic in my garage. Must be about 500 slides.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm ever going to do with them, but they're out.
Send 'em over.
They're out there. I have that and two binders from Pretty Smart with Patricia Arquette. Why do I have them? I don't know, but I do.
you a fan of Hammer movies, Sleepy?
Yeah. Not as much. No, not so much. Although I have been watching a few of them lately. But
That's telling us something.
I'm working. I can't say I worked on some stuff
Hey.
for a company that's releasing some Hammer stuff coming up.
Well, Hammer themselves is releasing all kinds of shit too.
Yeah, they are. And then there's a couple other, but there's another company domestically that's going to be doing some more Hammer stuff.
So I
soon.
think this is a movie from, I think it's the 60s. I'm not really sure. I can't see the date. I think it's 66, 67. But this cover is fun. Like I saw this and laughed out loud. I'm like, I don't know if I can top this one. I've never seen this, so it might be a killer movie. Who the fuck booked that, man?
I like that one.
Reptile. That's Hammer.
Yeah, I don't.
What?
No, I think that I don't dislike that one at
You
all.
like that? You like the reptile?
Well, I mean, it's a goofy looking creature anyway, but I mean, you can't hide that it's the
Oh,
creature
it's
from
scary, man. Look.
Look at that dude. Sick.
I don't know that some of the ones you're bringing up, I really don't think. I mean, the worst ones in the. I mean, compared to some of the other ones, I'm sure you're going to bring up. But no,
I don't
I don't have
know.
a
That
problem
one's
with-
just laughably like shitty though for some reason for me.
well, you're weird, and I don't like you anymore.
No, whatever. Has anybody seen the reptile in the chat? Let me know how it is. I may actually watch it.
I've bought it recently from I bought a lot of the Hammer stuff from Scream Factory. I've been kind of chipping away at. I have that. I just haven't put that one in yet.
Midnight Rambler says it's shot.
Mm.
It was on a double feature. It looks like back in the day. So
Yeah, I gotta say, so far I'm not really feeling the
He's
hate
being
here.
good because every time he's gonna go crazy, his phone's gonna start ringing. That's why. But let's talk about this one because this poster art, in my opinion, was the original artwork is fantastic. This, I don't know what it is, but at the same time, this was the first time I'd ever heard or seen this movie. Evil Speak. What's the matter? You don't like that?
but
Just
again, that's
floating
another
Hey,
one
put-
that's kind of
It looks like
cursed since
Zordon
day
from
one.
Power Rangers, doesn't it?
Are you gonna put that one over?
Hey, Rangers.
I don't think that one has ever had good cover art.
No, the Scream Factory one is good. It's got the original art.
That one is one of the prime examples of the no illustrated artwork because we had the poster, which is not the greatest poster in the world. I don't think. I never thought the theatrical poster was that great, but it would have been 100 times better than that sad shit we ended up having to go with. And that was another one where it was like we have nothing, and 5 other people wanted other changes, and that was the horribly compromised thing we ended up with. That is one of the 5 worst covers I think we ever did. I don't know what it looks like, a computer movie, which I guess technically it is a little. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't tell you how weird and wild and crazy that fucking movie is, and it looks cheap and stupid, and it's just. No.
But you know what? This is still a very pricey Anchor Bay title.
Why?
Why? Even though it always was, even during the heyday of DVD collecting in Anchor
Why?
Bay, and even now it's. I mean, for something that has a Blu-ray, I mean, this is still a $40+ DVD. easy.
That's sad.
Well, the Blu-ray is out of print as well, from what I understand. So that's making it go up even more.
Ooh,
But I remember
that-
back in the day, this was a hard one
that
for me
is-
to acquire. Even
Oh
back
man, that one is
in the
bad.
day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Anchor Bay stuff is going up too, man. Like the
Oh, yeah.
prices are still.
It's because of the pod, bro.
Yeah, I can't offer any defense. And again, I know that I can't remember which of the designers worked on that one, but they were not happy with that either. They were, again, that one got, because of the limitations of what we could do, and then it got what I called routed to death, where everyone signed up and said, well, can we do this? Can we add this treatment to it? Can we do? And again, I don't think we have but maybe 4 slides to work with on that movie, and it was just, yeah, that's. I was afraid that one was going to come up.
Are you surprised they just didn't decide to use the just flat out just do a scan of the poster and use that?
We couldn't. Illustrated. We couldn't.
What
do
year
it.
was
That does
that?
become a problem, doesn't it? Big time.
It was like 2003, 4, somewhere in there.
So the illustration thing come along after, 2003, 2004.
Somewhere in there is when it happened, yeah.
It's right around the time they signed like some sort of deal with that Stephen J. Cannell and started releasing
Yeah,
all his shit.
it might have been late 2003, 2004. I can't remember exactly, but it wasn't too long before I left. Not because of that, but anyway. But it was that, yeah. There was a whole series. That was one of the notable ones that I remember from that period where it was just like, look what they're forcing us to
It kind
use.
of like coincides with when Anchor Bay started to lose their identity a little bit. Whenever I guess Stars bought them. Was it IDT that bought them first?
It was IDT when all that happened. Stars didn't come along until sometime after.
So
that.
they started releasing a lot more independent
then-
movies and stuff.
Oh, I do know that we had the Fox catalog at that point. So this must have been 2004.
This was 2004. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. Ugh, God.
It's a dark period.
That Evil Speak is one of the 5.
That's what I always
one of the
put like the classic Anchor Bay era was 97 to 2004. After 2004, it was all pretty much over. I mean, there was a couple of good releases here and
Oh,
there.
I would I think the company did some really great stuff after that. But in terms of like its reliance on the catalog stuff and really doing the certainly that
Yeah, they
shifted.
did some cool stuff. Like when they finally did the Phantasm thing, I was excited as
Oh yeah,
hell.
Phantasm, Masters
Yeah.
of Horror, and look, whether you like Walking Dead or not, they did a great job in packaging those sets and bringing them out there. I mean,
I
there
think
was a
Reanimator set you guys did, even though
yeah,
it
that was
your own art,
afterwards.
that
I
came
mean,
out
yeah.
really well.
So I
It
mean,
was like
again,
2007, I think.
there was still a lot of great product, but the company changed, you know, and it was inevitable. You can't stay the same thing forever. And because Stars came in and took over, it was it was inevitable. But yeah, that Evil Speak, I knew that one was coming.
You guys got anything over there? Or do you want me to keep going?
Uncle Bill's got one, I believe.
Okay.
All right, so this one is not horrible. It's just incredibly generic, and like so much so that when you think about the other covers that this has, it's kind of bad.
Like your shirt, Garrett.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Thoughts on this, Felcher?
Yeah, that one was before my time. Actually, that was one of our initial
That's
DVD
wild.
releases.
Holy shit! I've never seen that before.
it. I've
Yeah.
never seen that. That
Yeah,
is
that
wild.
is not that. Yeah, I gotta say that one. I don't hate it. It's not awful, but it doesn't sell how much fun that movie is.
Yeah,
And
there's nothing about this that would really like prepare you for that movie at all. Like it looks like
No, it's very generic. You're right. And
So
it's
that
just-
was before you got there. So
Yeah.
they could have used an illustrated cover. What the hell happened? Wonder.
I don't know. And Bill Lustig would have had approval over how that went out. So you're gonna have to ask Bill on that one. I don't know what. Yeah, that's not the best. But I again would not say that that's one of the worst. I would just say that's seriously underwhelming. And that's
You know what that
about it.
looks like? Do you remember when they used to have movie? That's the covers of those movies,
Oh.
like the public domain stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it would just kind of, yeah. And in a weird, but see, that was during Anchor Bay's initial foray into DVD, so they were just kind of like repurposing what, because I think the VHS of Vigilante didn't look that different than this. So it may have just been a repackage of what they did for that, because it was just like they only, they did like maybe like 7 or 8 DVDs that came out from like 97 to 98. And I think that
That's a
was
rookie
one of
right
them.
there, man.
But no, it's not. That's not one of the best. That is not.
Well, that's going to be on my watch list now.
100%. Me too.
Vigilante's
this
a
one
lot
here-
of fun. No, Vigilante's a lot
I
of
see
fun.
what you guys were trying to do with this, and it worked on me. I did a video talking about this. I fell for it. I think the cover art shitty. I think it's unfortunate that this was the cover art here. But what do you guys think of this?
well, I mean, it's
That
the
was one
perfect
that I
cover
had
art
too.
for that movie.
I mean, it's
It couldn't have been any better
you
for
got
the
me
movie.
good with this one. I remember seeing this on the shelf and be like, "What did I miss?" I can't believe I've
I
never
mean,
seen
if
this.
that movie had good cover art, I would be more upset.
Yeah,
Why-
but I mean,
why
I
are
think
you
the
even
whole idea
showing-
that it
why
has
you-
the
why-
logo
why
like
you
that.
even why are you even showing that? Why I don't understand.
It
Now,
is
do
an
you think
accurate
this will- do you
representation
think
of
this
the movie.
will ever get
Yeah.
another release from somebody? Do you think this is going to be it for this movie?
Yes.
I mean, you would say that with Creepshow 3, but it got a Blu-ray. But I mean, this has got to be it. Nobody.
Scream
thinks
Factory
so.
didn't know any better.
It's,
Let's be honest.
I don't like it. I'm not.
Oh, I
crazy
don't
about
like it either. But I mean,
I
I think
remember
that
'em.
it's kind of an iconic thing, man. I mean, how crazy is this? It's definitely like a bait and switch, 100%.
This was one that they
we had to release Day of the Dead take 2 Contagium in order to renew the original and Nightriders and a couple other things. We had an obligation to release Day of the Dead 2 Contagium, and it went straight to the Walmart dump bin.
Well, it's like it kept getting lower and lower on deep discount. I remember it's like $4.98, which was crazy cheap for like 2005 or whenever this came out. 2005, 2006.
No,
What
that
a
one,
fucking piece of shit. What's worse, Felcher? Do you think this or Night of the Living Dead, the 30th anniversary edition?
Or Creepshow 3 in a 3-way dance.
or slamming myself in the nuts with a nail gun. How about that? Could that be an option?
Yeah.
I'm
Say
not.
the same thing.
Oh, Mike Ortiz has just chimed in saying the Day of the Dead to Contagion. That was the theatrical poster. That's what we had to use.
Theatrical.
Making
How many
it-
fucking theaters was this thing in?
Oh, it was in 3,000 screens nationwide. You didn't see it?
No, they must
No,
have played it for Pikeville.
what I remember about Day of the Dead Contagion, and Mike, I'm sure would back me up. This was we put as little effort into that DVD release as we'd ever done with anything. It was that literally we could have just slapped the words contractual obligation on the cover
Fair enough.
because we did nothing for it.
Does the Doodlesons still own Day of the Dead? Is it still one of
Yes.
the properties?
Yes, it is. Yes, and I get along very well. I don't know James Duddleson very well, but excuse me for a second. I'm getting a phone call. Yes. You have to disagree with me on that?
We put a lot of effort and actually spent a lot of money hiring a freelancer to design that.
Why?
And
They
then
hired
we
someone
sent
to
it off
design
for
it.
approval, and they said no, and said we had to use that cover.
Now that tracks.
The
That
licensor. So we actually had a much better cover that said in tiny letters Dawn of the Dead 2 and in big letters Contagion with a big zombie head. And they said, no, you have to use this cover because that's the trademark logo. So here we did. We actually used what was the provided key art, even though none of us wanted to. And yeah, that one in particular, not our fault. Not our fault.
I remember that not being our fault at all. Yeah. That was a contractual obligation.
That's all. I have to speak up on that one.
Okay, well, I appreciate you monitoring our conversations.
I thought you'd like to know.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
But yeah, they
I'm
definitely weren't
I'm
cheap.
being watched by
You are. Not
they
just Mike. There's other people watching too, Slippy.
Could they have fit Contagium any bigger on that cover? Like they just love that name.
I don't know, but in any case, I don't know. I've only had a few dealings with James Duddleson or Jim Duddleson, but his brother Robert I talk every now and then. He's a really nice guy.
Ronnie
They're
James
good
Duddleson, he's a
people.
pretty good guy.
They're good people. I have nothing bad to say about them, other than the fact a couple of the movies they made I haven't really cared much for. But I can
Couple,
say that about a
all
lot
of
of
them.
people.
Everything.
I don't know if
they
you
ever
know
touched.
this, Slippy, but Mayor's curious on if you knew how many copies sold of that.
4.
We got
We
two
got
of them on here.
No, actually, I think we did kind of okay with it because we
I think
again,
because of curiosity, like
yeah.
myself.
I mean, again, I think
Let me make a bold prediction here, though, and we'll move on to the next one while I'm doing this. I think this may be the least sold horror title Anchor Bay ever. It has to be. Has to be.
I don't know though because I think people.
No, the
probably
one
got-
I'm getting ready to.
Oh, all
show.
right.
Now, Day of the Dead Contagion sold more than a lot of our good movies.
Okay.
I'm curious what this is.
This has to be. I can't see anybody like looking on the shelf, be like, "God damn, this is gonna be fucking." Oh,
Dude, no, that had to have sold without a curiosity again. You would
there's
think.
no way. Who would be? What? Who would be fucking curious about?
The people that like.
I'll bet
those
that
movies.
did. I'll bet that did well.
That
Oh,
I don't
God.
know what the sales figures were on that, but it didn't. We had titles sell way less than that.
Yeah.
I purchased that out of curiosity because
Garrett
I
was all
love both
excited.
movies. Except
My
when
thing
I
with
saw-
that cover, and that came after me, as I recall, but my thing with that cover is the font was weird. It was too big,
yeah,
and I never understood why it was shaped the way that it was. But I didn't, it was one of those ones that it was Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I wasn't
hell
going to
is
get in
that?
anybody's face over that and go, "What's with the fucking font on the Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys cover? I don't work here anymore. Listen to me."
it was the
You know.
demonic toys were so bad in this. Like they were like wicked shitty versions of the actual ones.
As opposed to all the
that always
films in
kinda
which they were
pissed me off.
great. I don't.
I
All
thought the
those
puppets
movies.
looked great in the first Demonic Toys movie. The rest,
Ugh.
the sequels, they all looked like ass.
But it's almost like a headline of like a boxing match or something. You got the
But I mean,
undisputed
it's kind of
was, it
Feldman.
does-
I mean, how could
Yeah.
I not get?
Yeah.
It does look like a boxing.
I'm not. Yeah, that one's not one of my favorites either. But that's
And this is
Baby
another one that's like
oopsies.
$4 on Dick's
yeah, that
discount.
that one did not get a 3-disc collector's edition. No. Even Charlie Band didn't want
Plenty of stoners bought it, according
Charlie
to.
Band is like Anchor Bay. Take
No, tell you what, get the fuck
take
out
my
of here.
shit.
What's the?
All right, ready?
Was
Slippy?
that like a sci-fi movie or something originally?
I think
or-
so. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know.
This was 06 too.
I didn't follow that particular matchup very closely.
Corey Feldman's in it. That's also why Garrett wanted it.
Yeah, that's why I grabbed it too. Yeah, I like
If Charlie Band popped out of a bin in Walmart, he's not going to hand you that movie.
all right.
You
So
gotta-
what do you think, baby?
You gotta think,
I
though,
love
that-
this movie, by the way. But
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
And there's another one of the top 5. Oh
Yep.
God.
That's
That
rough.
one I remember went through a lot of discussion because we couldn't. Do we sell it as an action movie, as a horror movie? Again, we couldn't use the illustrated poster, so that was right out. Fox gave us some photos, but I remember the photos for that movie being really unmemorable. It's just like a shot of a bus or the RV, and like 2 or 3 shots of like Peter Fonda looking really concerned and stuff, and it was just like. Oh, yeah, that one, that was another one that was just like, oh, dear Lord, what yeah, no one was happy with that.
great movie though.
Oh, it's a
UB, can you do me a
fantastic-
favor?
Yeah.
That
Look
one
up,
and Dirty Mary,
in
Crazy Larry, we did at
Mark
the
of the
same
Devil
time.
Region 2 DVD art.
Yeah.
You got to see. Someone sent me the other art that they used like overseas for this
Mhm.
DVD. It's even worse than this.
Yeah, that
That
is,
movie never really had any good artwork either.
the poster's
recall.
good. It's not a great poster, I don't think, but I mean, that would have been such a better choice than that. And I don't know who looked at that cover and went, "Oh yeah, let's get this." So if you weren't,
I would
aware of
love
what-
to see somebody do that justice, though, like a Second Sight or Red Shirt
Well,
Home
someone
Video.
did re-release
Scream
that.
Factory did it, but it was in like a double
Double
pack. Like
feature.
someone needs
Yeah,
to do
with,
like
like,
a
Dirty
nice
Mary.
edition because I think this is still really overlooked because of things like the artwork.
Oh,
People
it's a
like
great
fucking
movie,
this.
and it's
It's
a
so
terrific-
good, and
Yeah,
the overseas DVD art almost makes this look like Fast and the Furious. It makes no sense like whatsoever. It almost looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
it came out like 2000.
Holy shit! Wait, I think I found it.
It's
Is it?
so
Oh
bad.
my god! I thought it was
never-
new. That's why I went by it. I was
Yeah,
like,
it
"This is
looks
a new
new.
movie." Okay, hold on. This is really worth like seeing. I see what they did here.
The Car was not the first Anchor Bay DVD release.
no. Dawn of the Dead or Halloween was, or maybe Daughters of Darkness was.
Look at this fucking shit. I
Okay,
was
now what
like-
the hell is that?
Look at fucking like pentagram emblem on the car.
God, you know what? I think that's actually worse than our cover.
Yeah, I think it
That-
is too. I mean, that looks
that's-
like it was
yeah.
like a 2000 movie.
The tagline: "You got to be fast as hell."
Yeah, well.
I didn't think that was it. I thought that was just something that came up that ripped it off or something.
Ooh, yikes. Okay, I don't feel so bad anymore. Oh my
Like,
god.
License
I had
plate
this DVD
666.
of Freeway, right? They did the same thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the popularity
They
of
made it look
Fast
all
and the
modern.
Furious was.
Yeah, that is not a good cover. No, that is not good.
That's-
So I feel
that's-
better. Thank you. I feel better.
Oh, there you go.
I feel Race with the Devil has always haunted me. Not so much anymore.
Oh my god.
Not definitely not worse than that.
No.
But yeah,
I got
severely
one.
underrated movie though. People need to check that one out.
Uncle Bill has one.
When I saw this, I was like, "This 100% has to be in this list." Because when you see it, it's hilarious. Okay, here we go. There's a fucking picture of Frankenstein's head at the bottom of that.
I think that was one where we had one photo to work with.
I don't
You
own
can
that.
barely see his fucking head
Yeah.
too. Like,
And I think, yeah,
He's, like,
I don't know. They
tired.
may have even been a screen grab. This was, I remember this one. This was a situation where we got supplied practically nothing. And that's what we ended up. I don't know if that castle's even from the movie or not. That might just be.
wasn't that movie
clip art.
also
I don't
known
know.
as something else too? Is that like an alternate title.
No, I think there's another, but I mean, it was known here as Frankenstein 90. But yeah, now that's another one where it's like we got Dick to work with. What do we do? And again, we didn't have resources like we do today. Back in 2002, 2003, we just didn't have the resources to go get high quality screen grabs of stuff or to find other sources of other posters around the world or anything like that. And so that was what we got. And it was,
Frankenstein. He's just chilling, like laying down.
Frankenstein looks like, I don't know. Yeah. That is not one of our better ones. I like the font. I'm okay with the font, but the rest of it's just kind of like Frankenstein sleeping in a castle. It doesn't really.
He's got like a weird smirk on his face.
Yeah, he's almost just like he's like having an erotic dream. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh boy. No, not good.
No.
That is
play
not a
off
good
of who was the other famous Frankenstein that was like. That's who they're trying to get you to look. Not like Karloff, but the other one that was after Karloff.
Yeah, I don't. It's not good.
It didn't work.
No, that one definitely is not a top tier cover. I'd forgotten about that one, but there were several covers that we got, especially from some of the Studio Canal stuff we would get. They would send us one slide, and I'd be like, "What the fuck are we? What are we going to do with this?"
I found another one from the Sci-Fi Channel era.
Oh God,
2006, I think 2005.
Well, that's after I left.
What the hell happened with it? What the fuck is that?
Basically, it's Bruce and an alien and there you go. That's all
a
you
blonde.
need to.
Well, that's funny that you say that because I have
another...
that movie over here, but it's a different cover than Anchor Bay did. Hold
on.
There were a couple different covers for Alien Apocalypse.
Did we need?
That one I kind of like. That one
they did a whole series.
That must have been like the updated one. Yeah.
That one clearly. I mean, they're clearly trying to ape Army of Darkness there. And then Man Was Screaming. Those were the reissues, I think.
And then I think Sundown got another one similar to this. Where
I've got another Man Was
the
Screaming.
Sundown
brain,
one
I think,
was
too.
Lionsgate, and I was not happy with that initial cover.
Is that because it mimicked this? Kind of.
Well, that and Bruce wasn't happy with it either because it made him he was like the lead thing, and he's not the lead in that movie. You know, he's a support. There is no lead in that movie technically. Really, it's more of a.
Did he have some sort of deal with Sci-Fi Channel? Because it seems like he did do quite a few.
Well,
movies.
those two films premiered on Sci-Fi, and they were filmed they were Sci-Fi originals, He directed Man with Screaming Brain and the late great Josh Becker.
It said this was the highest rated sci-fi.
It was
movie of all time.
At that time, I don't know if it's been topped since then, but yeah, it was. Yeah.
Now it's
all
not
right. This
Siffy.
one, I think, like it's the only time I had seen this movie originally, and I kind of liked this cover. But I can see once you see the poster art, I can see where maybe you had to change it. I don't hate this cover, but I know maybe others would, and that is the Neon Maniacs one.
Yeah, that one. We couldn't use the poster, or we didn't. The poster didn't go over well with. That may have also been during that period. I don't remember.
2003, it says so.
Yeah.
This is still another valuable release too. This is.
I don't think that there's a good artwork out there for that movie.
Code Red did a Blu-ray that has nice artwork on it.
But that one was the designer that worked on that did a lot of our monster stuff, and he loved doing glowy treatments for the title. When we saw Neon Maniacs, we gave that to him, like, this is right up your alley, and he did exactly what we expected him to do. But it's not one of our best. I don't hate it because it certainly sells the movie, I guess.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's not one of us.
That was one that I wasn't familiar with at all, like before Anchor Bay, so I just kind of accepted it for what it was.
Right, same.
Someone's ball sack came to life and started killing people.
That's what it looks like, kind of. Yeah.
That should have been the tagline. Someone's ball sack comes to life and starts killing people.
The Scrotum Massacre.
He looks like a scrotum.
Glenn Strange, that's who I was thinking of. I think you, Dino.
Do you want to do a 2003? Here's another Floating Heads.
Oh God.
Murder by
Okay,
decree.
all right. There's a big story behind that one.
Oh, your phone's about to ring, isn't it?
Yeah, if he's able to, he would be calling in right now on this one, because this one was a big source of contention on that title. That was not the cover that Mike initially designed at all. Mike originally designed this great fold out cover that was an illustration. It was like a silhouette of Jack the Ripper and a silhouette of Sherlock Holmes.
Was it this one? Was this the original image he was going to use?
It's very similar to that. It's very it's very
this is the
similar to
book.
that. But it was a different. And then it had originally it was going to have a band around it that looked like how you would seal an envelope with like a wax seal, and then the wax seal would say the Murder by Decree title. It was a great design he did, and if we had gotten to do that cover, it would have been remembered as one of the best covers we ever did. But this was during the period. It was during a period where the company was not getting ready to be sold, but our president had just been escorted out by the FBI, and they had brought in a guy from the parent company to kind of oversee us, kind of babysit us for a while until they could figure out what to do. And he didn't understand us at all, and he didn't want to spend any extra money or any extra effort on anything. And so that got Mike's original design got taken out because it was too expensive, or it was a budget buster and they weren't expecting.
Did they not
this.
think that the money for the design would have equaled the sales on something like this movie?
I don't know if they had as much confidence in Murder by Decree as they did in some of the other stuff. So I think that's what killed that. And then we did that cover, and I liked that cover, but I'll never forget. I'll never forget. Wait, here we go. Yes, and he just said the word I was about to. Our president at the time, a guy named Steve Nadelberg, perfectly nice guy, but he had totally checked out at this point. He saw that cover, and he looked at it and went, "Don't you think he looks a little too simian?" And we're looking at him like, what now? Well, Christopher Plummer, don't you think he looks a little too simian? And then we're like an ape or a monkey? It's like, yeah, he looks like a Planet of the Apes type thing. And we're just looking at him like, no, but I could do something about that. And I don't know if Mike actually did anything or not. He may have lightened up.
I kind of see it a little.
Yeah, but he might have lightened up the treatment on him just a little bit, or the darkness. Sure. But it was the most ridiculous goddamn criticism, and so he had to adjust that accordingly. But I like that cover. I think that, but I would have loved to have seen the cover that Mike originally designed. He still has his mock-up of that. It's aged a little bit, but he still has it, and it would have been a great cover. But that was it. Nadelberg also said something else about another one of our releases. Right after that, we were doing the Paul Verhoeven collection, which had, I think, 4 or 5 of his Danish films that he did.
He just blocks them on here.
Look, man, you quit blocking people.
Anyway, we originally just had the letter V on the box with like printed in the name of all the films in the background, but it just had the V in the box.
Go to my channel.
Are you listening to this story at all?
Yes, Sleepy.
I was listening to it. I'm sorry, Mike.
Never mind. We'll go on.
I'm just watching UBV, his normal self.
All right.
I'm trying to kick people out of the chat who are going to act crazy. I apologize.
Yeah, that's a Bob Clark movie though that nobody ever talks about that movie at all. It's almost like it was never made.
Yeah, it was. But no, the cover that Mike did originally, I wish we had gotten to do that because it was so cool the way it was done. But unfortunately. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Mike just reminded me another thing about that. He said he didn't want us to use Sherlock Holmes because it made it look like a period piece. It is a period piece. So we were like,
by decree.
Yeah, but it's Sherlock Holmes versus Jack. It takes place in the past, so it's a period piece. It was like, no, but that makes it look old. Thanks, Steve. And you just walk away and like the Verhoeven box, we had the V on the cover, and he went, well, we can't use that. Why? Well, because we might get sued. Like by who? Well, I don't know. Like the V people.
Like the letter V.
Yeah, the
people?
letter V. It's like and
There's a
again, Mike and I
copyright
are
on
both
that.
looking at him like, no. When you say the V people,
He thinks the fucking count from Sesame Street.
Like-
Sued by the
like-
alphabet, yeah.
and but just look at that. When you say the V people, what? I mean, we didn't know what the hell he meant by that. It's like, well, someone out there probably owns the letter V, and they'll sue us. And we were both so dumbfounded we couldn't come up with an argument because it's like, how do you argue? So we say, all right, we'll change it. So if you look at the Paul Verhoeven collection, it says PV on the cover because apparently there are no PV people. So we were able to get away. But it was just that one will always stick with me. We're just looking at like, who the fuck are the V people? Are there people for every letter of the alphabet? Where are they all in the same building? Do they talk to each other? I mean, I don't know. It was just, yeah. So that one.
wild.
So if you ever see the Paul Verhoeven collection, and if you ever wonder why we put PV on there, it's because we couldn't afford to have the fucking V on there. Yeah, but the Holmes hat. We couldn't put the Sherlock Holmes. We couldn't have a Holmes hat on there because it would make it look like a period piece, despite the fact that it was. Oh God, Steve Nailberg was a perfectly nice guy. I have nothing against Steve whatsoever, but man, that guy had checked out when he came over there. He was just kind of like, I don't know what you fucking people are doing. Just don't set the building on fire. I'm going to my office. And he would walk in and go, what's this? I don't understand this, so do what I say. Oh.
All right, here's one. Amazing. Well, amazing movie, disturbing as hell. First time I'd ever seen it was with this release. But the artwork was not good, and that is for The Entity. I saw someone bring this up in the chat earlier.
That's another one where we were, again, an illustrated thing would have been much better than what we ended up with. That's not my least favorite, but it's not great. It looks like she shoots lightning out of her fingertips.
Yeah, it's
And
hard
that's-
to tell what the heck this movie's going to be about.
It doesn't tell you anything about what that movie's about at all. But
This was another very valuable one. I don't know if it still is, but back in the day,
not
it
anymore.
was
It's been re-released since then. But
a couple times, yeah.
yeah. But no,
A lot of the Anchor Bay titles we talked about tonight's been re-released through Scream Factory.
Scream
I
because
think,
they had a Fox deal for a while, so they were able to get some stuff out. But yeah, no.
What are your overall thoughts about the Play-Doh titties in that movie? Play-Doh titties in that movie.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I know the scene you're referring to. I have not really assigned any thoughts to that. It doesn't
Well, you need
occupy.
to.
It
That's
doesn't
an
really
important-
occupy a lot of my time. As a kid watching that, it was like, oh, it's just like, well, that's weird. Yeah, I don't really have any thoughts on that other than it was a choice.
It was a decision that someone
Yeah,
made.
it was a choice.
All right, I got two, and one of them I feel like, I mean, I own one of them, but I don't feel like it's that bad, but it's still kind of bad. The other one is absolutely astoundingly bad, and I didn't even know this existed until I started looking these up. So here we go. So what the frig was going on here?
Wow,
Oh,
I didn't know
was
that
before my
existed
time,
either.
Too.
Wow.
I don't think that one's that bad.
Compared
I
to
mean, they could have come up with another image of some sort.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that bad. I don't
The
know.
logo
the
is
OG art
cool.
is money.
Yeah, the logo.
I didn't even know that was a thing, to be honest with you. Wow.
Yeah,
What the
that was
fuck
an
is that in
early-
the background? Is it like a melted clock or part of a spaceship or what the
It's
hell is
supposed
that
to be the
supposed to be?
space.
Yeah, it's
ship,
part
I
of the
think.
space. Yeah, I mean, that's not terrible, but I don't hate that one.
I actually
I don't
like
think
that
that one at all.
movie, man. A lot of people shit on that movie,
do
but I
too.
kind of like it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
aged,
it's
I think,
fine.
very, very well. I worked on that. I got to do a commentary with Toby on that. That was a lot of fun, actually.
Oh yeah. Did that
Yeah.
get ported over anywhere else? Do you know or no?
I don't know. It was on the Scream Factory release. That's the last time I remember it being out. It might have been used overseas at one point, but
It's not on the Sandpiper Pictures release.
no, they didn't use any of the extras. It was
Same.
shit. But
Here's
no,
Shit.
I,
proper
But
proper
no, I-
font over terrible art. Someone said.
Yeah.
no,
for real.
I like I'm fine with that one. It's not my favorite cover that movie's ever had. By
That's
far,
actually Karen Black's son right there.
Yeah,
it
Hunter.
stars in it.
yeah.
But you
Fine
can
with that.
tell though, and I don't know if this is around the same time, but you can tell that you're just throwing on people, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
just
none of that.
heads.
Yeah, that's a lot of just
this
heads
was
with, like,
this was an
logos.
early era DVD release from because we lost the rights to that not long after.
I didn't
would
even know that you
think
guys
if
did
the-
it until today. So
If they're going
Yeah.
to put anybody on the cover, though, Karen Black is actually in the movie too. So
Yeah.
she would be more well known, right? This little boy didn't do anything else, I don't think.
No, he was in Paris, Texas before that, and then he did this. But no,
Yeah.
that's I don't hate that cover. I really don't.
All right.
It's not. It's
That
not
is a
my
very
favorite.
early Anchor Bay, though. That's like what in the 90s still. I think, right?
98, I think.
Yeah.
wow.
Maybe. Yeah.
Here, this one. Then let's see if you hate this one or not. I always remember this cover, and I always remember it like standing out like a sore thumb, like when I was going through the other ones. But let's see. What about this?
Oh, I almost brought that to the table. Yeah,
Oh,
I didn't know what the other artwork was for it, so I didn't bring it.
I
but
don't.
yeah.
I don't hate that one either.
It looks like a woman squirted period blood all over his face.
Well, that's really specific. How the hell did you come up with
yeah.
that conclusion? That's an odd
Magic
criticism.
carpet
That's
ride.
not. I don't
That's
know.
really specific. I just thought it was goofy as hell looking. I wasn't going to go into all the other
No,
stuff.
I kind of
Man.
I like the autopsy. You know, some of the ones you're bringing up, I'm a little baffled by, to be honest with you.
Are you really?
Yeah, this one. I mean, look, there are some covers that I have. There've been better ones since then, sure, but it was very much reflective of the style of covers at the time, and look, it. No, I don't.
You
dislike
think
that
that-
one at all.
That cover sells the movie? What?
I think it does. It certainly makes you pick it up and go, "Hey, what's this?" Which is all we were trying to do back then. No, I don't dislike that one at all. I don't.
I apologize, Slippy.
Well,
I
I've
mean,
got.
I don't like it. I don't care. It's not like I didn't. I don't have any stake in it, but no, it's okay. Yeah.
I'll be interested in seeing what you think of this one that I picked out because Garrett was the one that brought this movie up initially. And I'm like, I've never heard of this movie. Anchor Bay released this damn thing. And I still never did watch it, but I think it's like crazy cheap online.
Jack Paul Evans. It's not every cover, but they've brought up a few that I don't think are that bad.
Well, do you think this one's good? The Johnsons.
No.
The Johnsons is actually a really good movie.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good cover because I can't really make out the. I really don't.
Is that woman getting it give to her by that little
Yeah,
little
I
guy
don't know.
there?
That's not a particular.
I like
Johnson.
it. I think
Is
it's
that
a
Vern Troyer? Who is that?
It's not. No, that's not. No, no. It's. I don't. Yeah, that's not one of my favorites. I just don't think it's a very good collection of images on the cover.
And I think that this was like the poster art too, because they always include the original poster in there.
Yeah, that may have been what they were supplied because I doubt they got a whole lot of shit for the Johnsons.
I don't think.
Now,
the
I don't think that's
Johnsons-
been released again. To be honest, I don't think.
I don't think
not
it'll
that I
ever
know
be
of.
released
Don't
again either.
think it has either.
And it's actually a really cool movie, so I'm surprised no one's
Yeah.
snagged it.
No, but I don't know. That was never one of my favorites either.
This one was from the 90s though, 1999.
99. Yeah, it was right before I got there.
So this next one is a cool ass movie. I mean this cover doesn't do it any justice. I don't know what the original cover art is. I think maybe this has a Blu-ray from Kino, I think now. But and Soon the Darkness.
He likes it.
Yeah, that's not one of my favorites either. But I don't.
Just like
I
a guy
don't-
like with his shades on at the beach or
Yeah,
something.
I don't hate
hanging out.
that one though. Again, that one is it. Yeah, it has been reissued, but it's not.
It's
no.
a British. It's
It's
British.
a cool ass movie if you guys have.
It was Robert Fust directed as a thriller. It's a pretty hardcore
Yeah.
thriller, actually.
Didn't they do a remake of that too? Like
They
it
did,
seems
and
like?
actually that's
did.
pretty good too. Surprisingly,
Yeah,
that's actually way better than I would expect it to be. Yeah.
But no, that's not one of my favorites. But then again, I don't dislike it either. Yeah, there's a lot of them that I felt indifferent to, or just kind of like, oh yeah, that's that's all right. And also, the style of covers back then was very, very different overall than what's being done today. We didn't have the money or the resources to do brand new illustrations or that really kind of like a photo accurate kind of art.
Well, it's important to say too, like a lot of that photo manipulation art wasn't available yet.
We couldn't
People
do it
weren't
back
doing that.
then. We didn't
Yeah.
have the,
So like, I don't know, Justin Osborne and guys like that, like they were just doing
No.
regular artwork
No,
at this
we
point,
weren't.
I guess.
We had very limited resources and time. Sometimes we get these movies, and if the poster for whatever reason didn't work out, whether we didn't think it, because a lot of theatrical posters for a lot of these titles were good theatrical posters, but they didn't translate to a Blu-ray or DVD cover very easily. So sometimes we would have to go, okay, well, that's not going to work. Well, what do we do? Okay, we've got 4 images. How do we make this work? And we had limited clip art use sometimes. And we had, it was just a lot. It's not like it is today, where you can really go to town and even if you don't have much, come up with something really, really cool that would satisfy a lot of people. We had, I don't want to say we had one hand tied behind our back, but for some of these movies, it was not easy. And we didn't have, like on Halloween and Army of Darkness and Dawn of the Dead and stuff, we had great key art to work with, recognizable key art, key art that people remembered and loved. On some of these other titles, we had 4 slides and a poster that may or may not work for the purposes of what we're trying to do.
Well, and sometimes I can remember too, like when you had those auctions and you would sell stuff off, like you would have press kits and posters and stuff that you would just buy on eBay to use for those
Right.
DVDs, right? So
And we did that a lot of times. Yeah. We did.
Yeah.
We would scour the resources that we had available to us, but then sometimes we would get sent stuff and it would be low res 72 DPI thumbnail. And what do you do with that? It was not easy, and also, again, there were other people. It wasn't like the graphics department was the end all. It was like they came up with what they liked and we went with it. We had marketing people to please. We ended up having sales people to please. And then we had customers that we needed to please. It was just a long line of people, and shit just inevitably gets watered down. And then also sometimes you had licensors that had approval over the artwork. So that causes a whole nother, Mike Ortiz could talk a lot about the chain of nonsense that you go through for approvals and getting this stuff through. And what started off as a decent or a really good cover sometimes gets watered down into a big bunch of crap. And it's like, well, it's crap everyone signed off on. And it's like, great,
Those good times.
So I think this might have been after your time. Were you gone when Stars acquired or no?
that was after me.
Okay, so this was when Stars acquired and they started to kind of re-release some stuff. Now, you guys had put this movie out earlier and with the original poster art. Obviously, what they did here was, let's re-release this thing, but let's try to make this look modern and get a new audience in it, which I really think this is one of those things. You buy this, you're not getting what this cover tells you, and that's for Nightriders. This image here.
Jesus.
That's kind of like that Fast and the Furious cover.
All right. Now, I just want to say one thing about that. That is the worst fucking cover I have ever seen for any fucking movie ever, because I don't know what movie that is. I saw that. I came by the office one day. This was after, of course, I left. And I saw that lying on the desk of, I don't remember whose desk it was. And I just remember looking at it, and I didn't know what this was. I was like, the Nightriders. Oh, there's another movie called Nightriders that's coming out. And when I saw what it was, because I almost short circuited. I was just like, I couldn't even accept. Was like, what
were they going for with that though? Like, what was the popular at the time?
They were trying. I understood what they were trying to do. They were trying to make it look more like a George Romero movie. But if you look at it, not only is it clip art of some guys from a fucking Sons of Anarchy Renaissance Fair nightmare.
In the background too, it's like a biker gang. Like,
yeah, it's a biker gang at night. There's like 2 scenes in the movie. The whole movie mostly takes place in the goddamn daytime. And if you look at the title treatment, it's got curves at the end to look like fangs. And then it's ride to die, ride to live, live to die. What the fuck does that mean?
Live to win.
I was so pissed. It's just like, this doesn't. This is not Nightriders. This has nothing to do with. People are going to think this is a vampire biker movie.
Yeah.
And I was at a convention once with George sitting next to him, and someone brought that cover up. And I was just waiting. I saw it in line with it, and I went, okay, here we go. And he walks up, and George gets it, and he goes, Mike, did I make this movie? Because he had no idea what this was. And it's like, George, no, you didn't make that movie. I don't know what that fucking movie is.
Somebody was getting that signed?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You find something.
That is my least favorite cover I have ever seen on a movie ever. Because I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's supposed to be.
I think that's a repackage, though, right? That was the exact same DVD that they did.
Same disc, yeah. Same. They didn't change a fucking thing other than that cover art, which is.
Oh, they didn't. Look at it's even the old.
It's the same old disc inside.
This is the old artwork, yeah. That you guys used the first time.
Yeah. No, again, this was simply
slapping opening this up and seeing this and be like,
they did a whole series of those. They repackaged a bunch of movies like that, and some of them actually turned out pretty good. They did one for Philadelphia Experiment. I thought turned out really, really good. That one was, if I had been working there, I would have quit with that, or I would have, I would have probably stormed in some. I probably would have just gotten fired because I probably would have walked into someone's office and said, "What the fuck is this? Are you out of your fucking mind?" Because it was just, oh my God, I hate that cover so fucking much. Yeah, that was, that's the worst out of all of them. And it's not even technically the worst cover in terms of the art, the layout or anything. It's not bad in terms of the illustration or how the treatment. It's just that's not Nightriders.
Well, there's some of those artworks too just aged very, very poorly too. I mean, they look very dated now.
Well, that thing just looks so generic.
Right.
It's like it's not even
Ed
like Harris on the cover.
Do you remember the Near Dark cover that Lionsgate?
Oh God, the Twilight cover.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another one that's bad. Not terrible in terms of the composition of what they did, but they made Adrian Pasdar look like fucking Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
From Twilight. They were clearly trying to repackage that movie to appeal to the.
That was what was popular at the time.
The tween girls who went to go to Twilight, and I would have loved to have seen some of those girls get that movie and bring it home to watch it and get to the bar scene and their fucking heads explode. It's like,
it was a couple of times Lionsgate tried doing that in that time with like the gate. Remember they tried to upgrade.
Oh yeah, they put some kid, some generic kid.
Felcher worked on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, and then Monster Squad, they came up. Although that Monster Squad DVD sold like hotcakes, so I guess I can't criticize
that was a big one, yeah.
But I think a lot of people discovered the movie for the first time that way too.
Yeah,
though.
although I hated that cover.
People looking at that cover, though, was probably like, "Oh, is this kind of like the Goonies or something?"
Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So it worked. I can't criticize it too much, even though I still think it's a terrible fucking cover. But that Nightriders cover, Jesus Christ, fuck, I hate that.
Now, I have a question about this one here. And again, I don't know if this was some kind of artwork that maybe was overseas or whatever, but the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of like, I don't even understand what this is. And that's for this zombie Dawn of the Dead.
Oh, yeah, that was for the Argento cut.
Is that supposed to be?
That's for the Argento cut.
I don't even know what this is. Like, is that supposed to be Ken Furry at the bottom? It's just
I always thought it was,
that's from
Dwayne Jones.
From the overseas poster. That's where we took that.
So this was the actual overseas poster?
Yeah. Or at least one of them.
To me, it looked like a zombie version of Dwayne Jones from Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. No, that was just
I don't know.
that was actually from one of the posters, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't dislike that
really,
cover at all.
Age well, this image right here of him.
I don't know who the hell that is.
But yeah, what they did essentially was like they repackaged the Argento cut from the box set into the a single edition. Anchor Bay used to do that quite a bit.
Yeah, we would break those open sometimes and do. But no, I don't know what that one's fine now.
It's a random one. This is the last one. You want to go, Uncle Bill?
I found one I was hoping to get some information about from Slippy that I didn't realize that Anchor Bay had done. I just wanted to know what his participation in this one was. It is 2004's The Animated Passion for the Whole Family.
Oh God, I remember that.
What?
I didn't know that existed.
Fuck is
either.
that?
Jesus has his dick hanging out or something. Are they looking at it or what? What's going on?
They had I remember this. Yeah. That was going to be a big thing for. I think that might have actually sold pretty well if I remember.
Big seller.
We were cashing in on the Passion of the Christ in animated form.
Wow.
Yeah. But you know what the weirdest thing was, and I don't know if it was
What's the weirdest thing about
No,
this?
well, I don't know if it was associated with. I think it was a completely. Oh, God. This was a completely separate thing, but we got pitched to do an animated Bible thing, but it was also gonna. It was also going to be a packaged with Bible related action figures.
Wow.
Now, okay, so you know, there's going to be like a Jesus and obviously Moses and things like that. But like and I'm not kidding you on this. We saw the prototypes. They brought them in. They came. Some of the accessories that the characters came with were very bizarre. Like,
I can't wait.
Jesus had a crossbow.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
We couldn't figure what the fuck was.
Fucking crossbow.
Now was the crossbow like a cross with
But
like
he
a
was
wire?
like full Jesus in the robes and everything, and he had
The crossbow. It's an action figure.
and I forget one of them had like a baseball bat or something. I forget what the fuck.
Yeah,
It
like
was like they
Paul,
were
Paul
trying-
had like a baseball bat with nails.
was
They
like
got to
they were
have
trying-
something to beat the shit out of Jesus.
I don't know what the fuck. But they were trying to make him cool and
They
hip,
played
and it
baseball
really,
back then.
Yeah,
It really
Mary
That
had
would have
a
been
long
killer
pole.
if you guys put those out. Dude.
and they were dead serious about this. They were. Oh, but God, I was like, what the fuck? Needless to say, that never happened.
Does Ortiz
I don't
have any
think-
of those figures at his house?
Oh, I wish
God.
we had kept, but they were keeping very close watch on these things.
Gary,
Oh.
if you were to come across this in a thrift store, would you get it?
That? Of course I would.
100%. Yeah.
Oh my
I
God!
wonder if they ever did the figures though, like somewhere else. If someone else took them on, if
I don't know.
eBay
You
or something.
scrub the internet and see if you can find. But
Jesus
I
with crossbow.
yeah,
search
he
for
had
that.
he had a cross. And Mike can verify this because he was there when these came in. And we were all just like, does Jesus have a crossbow? Yes, he does. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't having a stroke. But I couldn't. And they were serious. They were dead serious about this. And I was just. But it was just full on Jesus. Like nothing about the Jesus figure was weird or anything. It was a traditional, and he had a crossbow in the package. It's like, yeah, I don't look. I'm not a
fighting
student
back.
of the Bible, but I don't remember the scene where Jesus whipped out his crossbow and went after the non-believers. I don't remember
that scene for the? That
No,
was
I
in the
don't. And I
Bible,
haven't
huh?
seen
Maybe-
that in too many movies either. But
Maybe it's in this. Maybe it's in this cartoon.
no, and I don't remember if it was connected to this in any way. I don't think it was, but it just it reminded me of it when
It blows my mind that they've got an animated Passion. It says for the whole family, and the cover art is Jesus
This is on the cross,
Wow!
and they're looking up at him like, "Hey, buddy,
What are you doing up there?
yeah, what's going on?" Yeah, no, I never watched it because it really wasn't my thing. But the animated Passion for the whole family. Oh
I feel like y'all are going through some shit at that
They
time.
beat the shit out of Jesus in animation form.
God!
Also, this is brought to you by the same company that brings you the Pussycat Workout Dolls, baby.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Come on.
I'll find that in the Goodwill every
That
damn
must
week.
have happened long. I don't even. That's the first time I've ever seen that. I don't know what
The
that is.
animated Passion brought to you by the Pussycat Workout Doll.
But the I see. This is a problem where back when that happened, and those action figures came in the office. This was before smartphones. Everyone would have taken pictures of that shit, and I would have proof of all this stuff. But unfortunately, I don't. And God, but Jesus, with the cross. I mean, I was just. There was Moses, Noah. Maybe Noah had the crossbow. I don't know, but someone had a crossbow. Either way, no one.
Noah had the bazooka.
Well, you had to keep those animals in line somehow. You know.
The last one that I've got's kind of confusing though, because I like this movie. This is kind of like a supernatural slasher movie, and the poster art is really cool, right? But they didn't use a photo. They used some other kind of animated artwork or whatever with this. Do you have any stories behind Superstition?
Yeah, they didn't want to go with the silhouette, robed figure or whatever that was on the VHS. They went with that. I don't dislike that, but it doesn't really. It's not a great piece of key art.
You would have no idea it was a slasher movie.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite, but I don't dislike it either.
I had no idea that Anchor Bay even did this, though. I think it was mainly due to that artwork. I'm like, what the fuck?
We got a second deal with Studio Canal, and that was one of them. The Manitou came out around the same time as that.
And what's interesting is
a couple others.
Yeah, they don't even use the original artwork.
Now, how the fuck did you just happen to have the Manitou sitting there as I bring it up?
Is that
because not for this? I actually am doing a video on it. That's why it's over here. Standalone video.
You freaked me out. You freaked me the fuck out, Garrett.
But yeah, I don't know if somebody just hated that original silhouette art, but it's not included anywhere in this edition.
No, that may have been. I think that was only I ever saw that on the Vestron VHS back in the day.
It's a cool movie, though, man. It is actually a pretty cool movie.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Mike is chiming in with something. I can't wait to see what he's going to say.
Something on Superstition, maybe.
Oh, yes, that's right. I had forgotten about this. There was a box set of The Passion animated. There was a trilogy. It was I remember this now. There was a 3 DVD set.
I gotta get the box set now.
Well, you've got to get the box set. You can't just buy one.
I'm sure it's cheap. You can probably look it up on eBay. I would.
Yeah, no, that I forget. Yes,
be willing to guarantee it'd be like $5.
Well, the 3 titles are The Passion Trilogy, Worthy is the Lamb, He is Risen, and Kingdom of Heaven. So you got to go get all 3. You got to go get all 3 of those.
Now, I want to throw this out there. I actually always liked this cover. For some reason, I feel like at one point you said you didn't, but maybe I'm wrong. And that's for the Beyond.
Oh, no, I like that's.
Oh, you like this one?
That one?
Yeah.
I always did too, but for some reason I thought maybe one day you told us you weren't a fan of this one.
No, not at all.
Okay.
That's
kind of a international poster too.
Yeah,
I think,
that's
right?
Maybe you were telling us a story about maybe where you got the images from. Maybe I don't know. I just remember us talking
he
about
scanned that from a book, I think.
That's what I'm thinking about when he
because we used that, and then we used the Grindhouse theatrical re-release poster for the tin and.
Yes.
Yeah. But no, that's okay. Can't argue with that one.
And another one I'm going to bring up. Now, I actually like this because it's very unique and different. I just want to know if there's a backstory behind this. People always talk about this one, and it's this Dawn of the Dead.
That's the Andy Warhol cover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that was what this was.
Yeah, that was a take on the Campbell Soup painting of his. That was the idea behind that.
I never did understand that. I always kind of liked it, but I never did understand it.
I always liked it because it stood out. It certainly grabbed your attention.
I always liked it too, but I didn't know that was a rip on that. That's kind of
that's what we were going after on that.
And for some reason, that one in particular was worth the most back in the day, right? But there was a couple of Dawn of the Dead DVDs already out.
That one. At least one run of it, we used the first reel of the Con cut by accident. So it has the extra scenes from that, because that's supposed to be the theatrical cut. But I think
it's the U.S. theatrical, yeah.
Yeah, but we used one reel of the Con cut by accident, so like the dock scenes in there, but then it goes back to being the theatrical cut. Something like that happened. Huh. But no, that's what we were going after. We were going after sort of the Andy Warhol Campbell Soup painting thing. That was
this one is just plain bad, but you can talk to me about it.
No, not great. But no,
Vampires.
I don't hate that one either.
Just the random
I kind of hate
floating
it.
head.
I liked how you said that. I kind of hate it.
It's not very
kinda-
memorable. It looks very
So
big.
the mayor
lot.
says it's $40 for that Passion trilogy on eBay.
I don't think we were even charging that when it came out.
Well, you can get the Passion, just the one disc for like $3.99, brand new. I looked.
Now,
Oh, and
I'm gonna
Jackson
ask
Jack
everybody-
is asking why I read my phone like this because I'm blind as fuck. So I can't read the phone right here. So to see real good, I got to do this shit. Which
It
is
was
really
funny
annoying.
because when you did that, Uncle Bill almost looked like he was so confused.
Yeah, no, I can't. It's weird. I can see shit this far away, or I can see it really up close like this. So
But
All right, what do you
Jackson
guys
Jack
think of this?
legit had no idea. He had no idea that's what it was.
Jackson Jack does not like me very much.
What do you guys think of this?
Jackson
This is good or bad?
I like
Bad.
that one.
I like it okay. I don't mind it.
Something a little
Yeah.
different.
The font sucks on it. Like the image is not too bad, but the font's too much.
Well, then don't buy it.
I don't have that one. Yeah, that's one I don't have.
Yeah, that was our corporate greed edition.
Speaking of Army of Darkness, I always thought that the bootleg edition was shitty looking. I never really liked
Well,
it either.
I
Well, that
agree,
was
but
the
it was,
point.
it's kind of what they were going for with that.
Right.
You know,
And I told you the story about I went to Motor City Comic Con, and there was a
Yeah.
bootleg dealer who had bootlegged the bootleg edition, and was charging $10 more for it than we were.
You know what you should have done though? For the artwork, you should have just Xeroxed that and released that as the artwork on the legit bootleg edition. That would have been killer.
That's stupid.
I thought he was gonna say shit on him because that's
It's
usually
a stupid idea. I don't like you anymore. Turn off your camera.
I have
Xerox.
four more to show you right now.
Four
the
more.
the
Just
one that
4
I
more?
think is the absolute worst still hasn't been shown yet.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're
I'm
talking
saving
about.
one of those for the end, and I think that might be the
Yeah.
one you're talking about. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now this one is iconic to me because it's the first time I'd ever seen this movie. So I don't know if this is a good image, a poster, or whatnot, but it was just kind of a random image after I see, what other companies have done with this movie. But what did you think of this?
That's the VHS.
That was the VHS
We licensed
image?
that from Fox. And I don't remember if that's all we had access to or that's all they would let us use. But that's exactly a reformat pretty much of the VHS.
I don't hate it. I just didn't know if it was one that had any kind of backstory because it was just kind of random.
It's kind of generic, I think.
Mike Ortiz wants to say he wants to come on and defend his honor sometime. And explain and then maybe even apologize and he can provide bribes.
Yeah, we definitely need
I like
to get
bribes are good.
I'm not insulting your honor. Not one of these things have I attributed to you and your creative genius. This was all compromise shit that was done to us, not.
But I mean, there's a
Right.
lot though. Somebody had mentioned in here, why don't we talk about the good ones? I mean, that's another whole video we could do with.
Oh,
Mike
that
going
that
through
would
it.
take a lot longer, but it wouldn't be as much fun.
Right, that's exactly the point. It wouldn't be as much fun. And a lot of them are the poster arts that are really, really cool as they start to come out. But what do you think of this one?
That was us
Not-
trying.
not
That was
that,
us
right?
trying some things.
Something a little
trying too
different.
hard, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, again, the artist, the artist who did that cover, he loved several things. He loved lightning, chrome filters, and fire.
It's like
There's the fire.
guys. Was he the guy from Ramstein?
Ramstein.
Rammstein.
The concept of the artwork minus the fire would almost work.
Yeah.
If you could have it in a photo that actually looks like the hand in the
Yeah.
box isn't like some of the location.
It's
or
not.
whatever.
It's not the best, but we wanted to do so because again, the poster for Hellbound Hellraiser 2 it got so overused. We were trying to just mix it up to do something different, but
Yeah.
oh yes, and I'm sure the font on the back of that was Opti Protea because that one guy always used the font Opti Protea for everything. and it was always on there. Something I don't know why I'm telling you that. It's just an in-joke thing.
Now I'm gonna say someone reached out to me that worked for the company before we did this show and said they're excited to check this out. They don't know if they could be there live, but if they are, they would chime in. But they had mentioned bringing this one up. They said there was some kind of story with this. Do you recall?
Unfortunately, I don't know. Mike Ortiz might know better than I.
Were you already done by this point?
I was around when that movie came. No,
Well, it's like 2005, maybe 2006.
Phone goes off.
They didn't.
Oh yes, the title. Yeah, you're right. The title tree was Opti on Hellbound as well. Yeah, Mike. If you're listening out there, can you tell us anything about Dead and Breakfast? I remember when we got that movie. I was still working there when we got the film, so I do, but I don't remember anything about.
It's just a hard title. Like, it sounds good in theory, but you're kind of looking at this and be like, I don't know what I'm getting into with this movie at all.
Right.
I don't know what this could be.
Oh, wait, he's typing something.
The cover looks like something that you just never want to watch for some reason.
That's a great summary of that. It just looks like something you never want to watch. It's just not.
It's like it does nothing at all for me.
Oh, okay.
That movie's on.
Mike just wrote, ah!
I guess it's a bigger story that we can get into about that.
Yeah, apparently there's a story there.
Okay, we'll save that for another day.
But I don't know if I had left because I remember when we acquired it, and I remember when we started screening it, but I don't know if I was there when we actually brought it out. I may have left What's the date on the back of it?
It looks like a John Cusack movie.
05.
Okay, then yeah. I left in April, so that probably came out after I left, which is why I have no memories of it.
Why did you decide to leave Anchor Bay, by the way? I don't know if we ever talked about that.
Well, I didn't decide. What happened was when after IDT took over, my job was a really strange one in the company because I was doing a lot of different things from a lot of different departments. I was doing marketing stuff. I was working in acquisitions. I helped out the graphics department in terms of sourcing stuff and getting them materials to use. I was in operations a little bit because I managed the release schedule internally. I was going out to conventions and appearing for the company. I was doing online chats. I managed the website. It was a lot of different stuff, which made my job really interesting, but it made my job, it was kind of like a utility infielder. I had a lot of different responsibilities that all reached into various departments. In a normal corporate structure, that would never have happened. All those things would have been assigned to their departments, and there wouldn't have been all that kind of bleed through. But while Handelman owned the company, that was fine because they were over there and they left us to our own devices. As long as we made money, they didn't give a shit. But when IDT came in, they began to reorganize everything like a traditional corporate structure, like a traditional business. And so little by little over the last 9 months that I was there, the release schedule got taken away from me. This got taken away from me this time. And so 6 months before I actually left the company, I quit because I had like nothing to do. There was just really nothing for me to do. But they convinced me to stay. The president of the company and the head of marketing came into my office and said, Michael, stay. We're organizing right now. We're just figuring out what we're doing and how we're going to move forward. We want you here and everything. And then this was, I think that was in like August. And then in April, they let me go because they phased out my position. I literally had nothing left. And I was not enjoying myself very much those last several months because when you're part of a company, you feel like you're part of a team and you're really contributing and it's exciting. You're bringing all this cool stuff. To go from that to literally sitting around watching everybody else do work and you're doing nothing, I was in a really foul mood and I was not happy very much at all. But I wasn't going to quit because what else was I going to, I hadn't really decided to do Red Shirt Pictures yet or anything. But then I got called into the president's office. He wasn't there, but my immediate boss was. And they pretty much said, Michael, we're phasing out your position. We're kind of done. And I was sad, and then I was going to be leaving my friends and the atmosphere of the office. I was going to miss that immensely. But I was also kind of like, yeah, I get it, And it was kind of the little baby bird getting kicked out of the nest thing I needed. Because two things happened. One, I had a really nice severance package. And they put me on as a consultant for 6 months. So I didn't have to worry about money for the rest of the year, which allowed me to get Red Shirt Pictures up and running and get work going. And I was kind of off and running as a result of that. But it was a matter of...
Look at you now. Going to be releasing some of the biggest 4Ks in the last 5 years.
Rolling in that Fright Night 2 money.
Yeah.
Yeah, his cyborg eye set on bigger things.
Yeah. So that's the story behind my anchor. So I was just the position was just phased out. And,
I mean, you should be proud of the evolution of Red Shirt Pictures, though, from what it started to what it's
very
become.
yeah. I mean, it's been 21 years now. So,
God.
But yeah, so yeah,
There's
I have a
almost
feeling
300 people watching this right now. Can you
Wow.
believe that? Holy shit.
But in any
All right,
case,
well,
you
hold
should-
on, because I'm going to do a giveaway in a second, so everybody hang tight. But I'm going to show this to Slippy really quick, and if this is not the one that UB's talking about, he can pull up the one he means. But let's take a look at this gem right here. And that is cut and
That's
run.
it.
Yeah, I gotta go. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. It's been great, but I got
Look
you.
at that. How cool.
I'm still trying to figure
What's
out
the idea there? I
Yeah.
mean, what were they?
Okay, all right. This one enraged me to such a degree because that looks like a lame Miami Vice ripoff.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
And it was like they went out of their way to make it look as unappealing as humanly possible. This was another one where they didn't want Michael Berryman on the cover for whatever reason, which is like, and there's a great the U.S. art was good, but the foreign poster, the one that was used in other markets, is so fucking good that all they would have had to do was just simply reformat it for the cover, slap, cut, and run on there, and it would have gone over huge. And I showed them that. I actually dummied up a version of that and showed that to them. And now, illustrated cover, we can't do it. And but they went with that. And to me,
I mean, some of the big names that are in this movie aren't even these
floating
guys.
heads.
No, and I don't know what the fuck that is.
And on the bottom, it just says uncut and uncensored. Like you're supposed to see that.
You got,
I'm never
I
gonna
guess,
give
Willie
this a-
Ames aiming a shotgun with a lackluster expression on his face, and you got Richard Lynch looking constipated as hell on the front cover in the sky up front. It was just
Wait,
really,
that's
it
supposed
looks,
to be Willie Ames? No,
I think that's
no,
him.
it isn't. That guy with the gun?
Yeah, I think that's
no
supposed
way.
to be Willie Ames.
That
Yeah,
looks nothing like Willie Ames. The guy has like a
He is aiming. Willie is.
yeah. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I couldn't even fucking tell.
from the director of Cannibal Holocaust.
It's awful. It's fucking awful. It is the worst.
The worst part about that is that's a really good movie in terms
Oh, it's
of like an exploitation movie.
Oh, it's a
But
total
you would
over the
never
top.
know it. By looking
Yeah,
at
and it was
that.
uncut. It was the first time it had been presented uncut.
Which
so
is
it's-
a huge difference too,
Yeah.
by the way. Like a
Yeah.
huge difference.
but it was so fucking bad. I mean, I could not begin to tell you how absolutely horrified I was when I saw that routing. Because it was what I couldn't even say, how did you manage to go out of your way to make this movie look boring? How did you manage to do that? I don't know how you could do that.
Bog Zombie says it's a beautiful cover.
Here, I'm going to show you something. Actually, I'm going to, because I saved it. I was looking in my Anchor Bay archives right now.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to show you something. This is the cover that I kind of dummied up. It may not be great resolution because back then we didn't have a lot to work with. But I'm going to show you the one that I dummied up that I went to show marketing, only to get shut down with the no illustrated covers. Sorry. Where is it? Here we go.
This is some exclusive shit right there.
Now this is
I'm already liking
20
that.
plus years old.
I'm already liking it.
Yeah, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, it's 10
Uh-oh.
times better.
You put it on the screen there somehow. Boys. Nope, he's gone. Well, that didn't work out.
All right,
got a
so here's what
cool-
we're gonna do while we wait for him. I'm gonna give it a little giveaway. So speaking of the worst cover ever, here's an Anchor Bay double pack with another shitty cover for Dead End Driving. But this is the 2-pack Anchor
That's
Bay.
the only one that I've ever seen, like killer action double feature.
Killer action. Okay, you got Dead End Driving and you got Cut and Run 2-pack. If anybody's interested in this, here's what I want you to do. If you're watching on the Dead Pit channel, I want you to comment Anchor Bay Archives
Sorry
in the
about that.
comment section. Like the video, subscribe, and then you got to go to my channel at Born to Be Rad and do the exact same thing in that comment section. So if I go to the comments on both channels and I see Anchor Bay Archives written in the comments, you are eligible to win this.
Oh, and they
Now we'll
did
do a
the
little
double
giveaway.
feature too. That's right. Oh God.
Look at that. It got on a double feature, baby.
But there it is.
Do
There's
that
the
for
cover.
me, and then
Can
I'll
you
tally
show
it
it?
up and do a giveaway.
Yeah, hold
What's
on.
up? Look at that. Wow, that's money right there.
Yeah, that's 1,000 times better. Like,
Let's print
Yeah.
those out and put them.
Yeah, I dummied that up and I just went and showed that to them. And they're like, nope, sorry, illustrated cover. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Dude, that's
You
really
know what we
nice,
should do?
actually.
Here's an idea. We don't have to sell it. We can make it available to download so people can replace their shitty fucking covers
Oh, yeah.
with that.
Yeah, I agree. Because Jesus Christ.
Print it out
That is-
yourself. Yeah.
That is, yeah. And that's a low res. That was all I could find online back then. You can find a much better one now. But, yeah, that's...
That's cool. You should
Yeah.
you should try to get the rights and do it yourself and do your.
I would love to
covering.
do cut and run. That movie's fucking hilarious. And I think they find someone's bringing out an uncut version of it that doesn't. They found the uncut footage in the film of it. I think Raro Video. Somebody is
Like
because
it's coming out a new version, like another edition of this.
yeah, somebody is because they for the longest time it was just VHS inserts that they used for the uncut stuff.
who put that out last time? Was it Kino?
I think it was.
No,
I
it was
think
Bill.
It was.
I think it
Who
was
was it?
Bill. I think it was.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think it's a Code Red.
Code Red, I think.
Blu-ray.
Oh,
did it,
Code
yeah.
Red. Yeah. Okay.
But that, see, now, don't you think that cover's better than what the fuck?
Oh
I
my
mean,
god, it's night and day.
Anything is
That's an
better.
amazing cover.
yeah. All right, I'm taking that off because I don't want to look at it anymore. It pisses me off.
But why don't we do this? People are asking about Fright Night 2, and I know you can't give us much more than we already know, but there is going to be a premiere
Yes.
screening
Yes, there
of
is.
Fright Night 2, and it'll be, is that going to be the first time anybody's going to see this? So that's going to take place before the physical media release,
Oh yeah,
correct?
quite a bit before. Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be
Well,
on May.
let's talk about that, and if anybody wants to go to it, they can. We'll tell them how to buy
It's
tickets.
for a good cause too, which is important.
Yeah, let me bring up all the details quick. Correct. I don't want to say the wrong thing, get the details wrong here because it's
You don't get backhanded, right?
no, because there's one guy in particular who'll slap the shit out of me if I fuck this up. So I don't want
Yes,
to.
you will.
Let me see where the information is.
But it's the first time you'll ever see the 4K remaster is going to be at this screening premiere.
And I can tell you that it's okay. Here we go. Yeah, it's going to be a premiere of the screening of the new version that's been fully. It's done. I mean, we're done with it. We're still working on the sound a little bit, but the picture is done completely, and Mark Irwin, the DP, has signed off on it. I just watched it over at Dame's house the other day. It looks so fucking good. I mean, the movie just looks, you've never seen it look like this. And he was able to go in and fix a lot of stuff that they weren't able to do back then because it was so rushed. Like there were scenes there was one scene in particular that took place out in pretty much, it was timed to be in like bright daylight, but it doesn't make any fucking sense because she's wandering out there with an umbrella and people's headlights are turning on. And it's like, why is this like this? So it's actually timed correctly for the first time ever. And it all makes sense. And it just looks so, the colors are amazing and the blacks, everything about it. It just looks fantastic. But it is, we're doing it in Salem, Massachusetts at the Cinema Salem Theater on May 23rd at 8:30 p.m. And it's a benefit. All the proceeds are going to benefit my good friend, Eric Gamache, who was part of our video gaming group. We played Friday the 13th every night and just basically shot and ran over each other all night. But he became a really good friend, and he's worked with me on a couple things over the years, and a great writer, and just a really good dude. And he's battling cancer. And he had been cleared of it last year, but now it's come back, and it has it's not great. So he could really use as much help as possible to help treatments and get through this. And so we're doing this screening to benefit him. So all the money's going to him to help him fight this. So if you can come to this screening, great. If you want to donate to this, we're gonna have a way to do that as well. Just anything you would care to do to support this. But we will be showing the restoration at that screening.
Yeah, and it's a Saturday night, and I will be in attendance. Tickets already bought. I will be there.
Very cool.
So hopefully you can find a way to get there, Mr.
Well,
Felcher,
I hope to be there. I never want to commit to anything. I mean, it's important that I be there. I want to be there, but I just never know with work or what's going to be going on. Also, that's the day before my birthday. So not that that means anything. I could give a flying fuck about my birthday. At this
we'll have a
point,
party
but-
in Salem.
Yeah,
Birthday
there
party
you
in
go.
Salem.
But I am hoping to be there if everything works out. But there's a lot going on right now. But I'm certainly hoping to be there. But I know Chris McGibbon will be there from Spooky Picture Show, and Raina, and I think Kevin from Spooky Picture Show is going to come in. One of our old members of the show, Mel, she's going to come in. So it's going to be a lot of our friends there, and I hope to join them. But I certainly support this, and I'll be promoting it on my Facebook page as much as possible. And I really got to give a shout out to Chris McGibbon for coming up with this idea to do this. And special thanks to Don and Jerry over at Synapse for giving us permission to show the new transfer out there.
Yeah, if you want, we can put the link to get the tickets in the description of this video if you'd like to.
Please do. I
Anyone
would
wants
be
to-
great if you
yeah.
could do that, because we really want to get the word out there as much as possible. And if that one first screening sells out, we might have an option to do another one that night. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
we need to
that's
do a
something you guys-
screening here in Pressenburg. Sleep. Where can we do that?
No. So at the end of the day, in Cinema Salem is definitely the way to go, and I hope that everyone is able to, who's in the area, is able to come out for that.
Yeah, I would love to see some of you guys over there for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, when Slippy was out getting that all together, I put up this as well as a giveaway. So like I said, after the show's over, just hit the comment section.
Hurl
on
it
Dead
at somebody.
section.
Yeah, people are commenting in the chat. That ain't going to do
I
you no
know.
good.
Here's what
Comment-
you're gonna have to do. You have to go to the comment section after the video is over on the Dead Pit Radio channel and write Anchor Bay Archives. Like the
Why
video.
would
Go to
anyone
my
want
channel
that?
at Born to Be Rad.
Why-
Go to
why
this
would they-
video. Type in the
It's
comments.
free.
So then I can
People
go
like
back and
free
look at
stuff.
it and I can tally everything up. So,
But why would anyone want that? Why would anyone?
oh, this is a classic. This is an Anchor Bay. This is a reissue double pack. This was the blue boat. Look at that.
Oh my god, they made it blue and the back half.
I hated that
Jesus.
too. I was like, it's never the same. They fucking changed the logo, them assholes.
But I don't know how rare this is either. But I have both editions in standalone, so I'll give this to a nice Anchor Bay.
That has
archive.
like the most generic fucking like killer double feature.
Not
Oh.
one of our best.
The I did see a question a little earlier. Now the Fright Night set's a 3-disc set, does include a Blu-ray of the movie as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Blu-ray and a 4K. So
Yeah.
the standard edition more than likely is going to be separate. So you'll get like whenever that comes out, the 4K
Well, like we did with
edition
Trick or
and the
Treat,
Blu-ray.
there'll be a 4K and then a separate
Yeah.
Blu-ray. Yeah.
But there's nothing initially with its only Blu-ray because there's some people that never really.
no, it's not the
Okay.
plan to. No.
Okay.
No.
But guys, I mean,
Wait,
this
wait,
is
wait. Pause
What?
for 1 second. I just wanted to ask you about one more thing
Oh,
before
no.
we go. And I thought that I had found, the ultimate with the passion one. But I just was curious before we go, if you could give me any information regarding the release of Tugger, the Jeep 4x4 who wanted to fly.
I have never seen that.
Like a little smile.
That must have happened long after I left. Because
Tugger's got eyeballs.
that would haunt my dreams for the rest of my life.
That is
So you're saying we can't do a watch along of Tugger for another episode? Or
that's
anything?
a real Anchor Bay release, fellas.
Oh god, no, that was long
It's
after.
family approved.
Ooh, God, I have to ask Mike about this. What the fuck happened here? What
Tugger, the Jeep 4x4.
And I don't
who
like the
wanted-
homicidal look on that truck's face at all. He's just like, I'm Tugger, motherfucker.
That's geared towards the South too. That's highly skewed.
Oh,
to the
absolutely.
Southern
Yeah,
audience.
this is not. Yeah, this is not for the northern elites.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is. Oh my.
I'll be honest, man. If I saw it in the store, 100% buying that.
Hell yeah.
If you're high and you're wandering around the store, that thing talks to you. That thing
Tugger,
instructs
Mom.
you.
It was the
Go to
inspiration for Cars from Pixar.
Let's go out in town and toast some shit.
Go to the nearest Starbucks and piss in the lattes. You know, just yikes. That is
Anyway, I just wanted to know if you knew anything about Tugger,
no, I do
the
not
Jeep
know.
4x4 who wanted to fly.
Yeah, they couldn't just call it Tugger. They had to add that shit in the end of it.
Well, Tugger doesn't tell you enough, does it? I mean, Tugger doesn't really.
We got the whole
that doesn't-
story in that
Oh,
one sentence.
that image says quite a bit.
Oh Lord, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I guess Mike went to bed, but I got to ask him about that one next time because
Hell yeah.
No, he's watching Tugger right now going,
which is the only way
before
to
you
watch
leave, Is there
Tugger.
any updates you can give us on anything like Hunter's Blood or anything that people are asking? If there's anything you can say.
Well, Hunter's Blood is very. We're going to be announcing that one very, very, very soon. Very, very
Okay.
soon. Because we've got all the packaging is out, all the discs are being made. That's done. Angel of Heat will be announced very, very, very soon. Fright Night 2 is coming along very nicely. So that one will not take too much longer. Prom Night
976
2.
We're planning on
Evil
this
2.
year though.
Oh yeah, we're hoping. We're hoping. Yes. Then Prom Night 2 is taking longer than we expected. The elements are all over the place. We know where they are, but getting them has been a pain in the ass. But we're making progress on that finally. And then 976 Evil 2 is on deck. We're recording a commentary tomorrow, actually. But yeah, and then there's another title, another big title I'm working on that I have to be done with in the next couple of months. I can't tell you what it is though, but it's not.
You're doing it for somebody else.
Yeah, I am doing it for somebody else, but this is a title that is very important to me. Very important.
King Frat's finally getting done.
No, it's not fucking King Frat!
I also been hearing that the new 4K for Leprechaun's atrocious. If anybody is,
I've heard that too.
I've seen the images. It looks really.
I didn't
good,
buy
man.
it. I was like, I'm good, but like I heard it was not good.
Mike Ortiz just chimed in.
Oh God.
I can explain Tugger.
Yeah, please do.
That'll be for another show. I think.
Yeah, that'll have to be for another show. That'll be for another show. I would
He's got to
imagine
get some of that medicinal stuff in his system and start talking about Tugger.
Yeah, well, because I mean, Mike would have absolutely had to have that would have had to have passed his desk because he was the head of the department at that time that came out. So there's no way Tucker did not escaped his attention. There's no fucking way.
That's funny.
But yeah, apparently Dead and Breakfast. All I got out of him was ah.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna be
that's-
Like the fucking termite.
That's not good. That's not good. But he worked. Yeah, Tugger. He worked on Tugger. So yeah, he'll have some. he'll have some Tugger stories.
He's got some great memories of Tugger.
Yeah, now that I know about some of these, I got to ask him next time I see him for lunch or something. Say, well, okay, all right, I'll buy your lunch. Just tell me Tugger stories.
And why did he have that sadistic smile? On
Yeah,
the
what's
cover?
going on with fucking
Why?
Tugger?
Yeah. Why did he want to fly? Like,
Where was he coming from? What was going on behind that hill? I want to know. It was children's, shit. I would, yeah, clearly aimed at kids, although I don't know why. Oh, yikes! But
But
gang, thank you guys for hanging with us, and Slippy, thank you for joining us for this this live show. We appreciate it.
yeah, no problem. It's always fun to go over some of the yeah. It's funny. Some of the covers you brought up, it's like I don't think that's that bad. But
Well,
then,
is there any? Okay, let me ask you this: is there anything that you can think off the top of your head where you're like, it was so bad you guys didn't even bring it up?
I think you covered the big ones.
Okay.
I'm sure there are other ones that I didn't like also, but the ones that you brought up are the ones that have always stuck in my memory. Nightriders and Cut and Run in particular, though, for very different reasons.
Did you like the cover for Voodoo Moon?
That's actually a better cover than that movie deserves. To be
yeah, that
honest with
movie
you.
is like, oh
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, no, that cover is fine. I don't have a problem with that cover at all.
just
The
looking at
thing
my
that's
stuff over
inside
there. I
it
don't
is a
see
problem.
Yeah.
but,
Melatonin and DVD cave, baby.
What we should do sometime is also like the worst DVD covers of all. of all
Right.
time.
There's some good ones out there.
That'd
Yeah,
be
because
great.
there's one. Because before we go, I just in case we never get around to actually doing that, there is one I want to bring up.
Okay.
That is for me. If it's not the worst, it's one of the most misguided I have ever seen. And I've
Tugger is on Tubi. We got to do a watch along.
Be watching that tonight.
Tugger is on Tubi.
Yep.
That sounds like a threat. Now,
Tell your own
okay.
Tubi.
All right. To set this up, at some point in the early 2000s or whatever, Paramount Home Video did a re-release of a lot of their classic 80s movies. And they owned, Viacom also had that show, I think it was on VH1, called I Love the 80s, where they would just have a bunch of people talking about all the fun stuff in the 80s. And so it was like, I love the 80s, and it had a pastel and a really cheer.
Oh, yeah.
So Paramount repackaged a bunch of their classic 80s movies
I know what you're gonna say.
in this I love the 80s pastel border and everything, and it was like Top Gun and Ferris Bueller's Day Off and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, okay, cool. That's cool. They chose one movie that for this line that I really wish someone had another second thought about, and I just show it. This is not.
Oh, I wasn't expecting this.
This is not the fun-loving I love the 80s movie. It's I love the 80s. Remember when you could rape someone on a pinball machine?
And uncomfortably
Wow!
long rape scenes.
Yeah, this is not. No,
This is
this
what- I
was
didn't know you were
not.
gonna say.
I love the 80s too, but this is
That's
not.
wild.
This is not.
There's a bonus CD inside, though.
Oh yeah!
my
Hey, yeah, the accused. We. No. I don't know
That's
who.
wild.
That was
Friday
a
the
real-
13th had one of those too.
Yeah, that's what
But
I thought
that-
you were gonna bring up, but yeah.
No, but that I could kind of see because it's fun. It's a slasher. Okay, fine. But the accused? Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it was
you're right.
just that.
Especially that
was-
image there is like it's misleading with that image because that looks
No,
like
it looks
some
like,
kind of like
it just looks like, a
like some
conventional
teen
like
comedy or
drama.
something.
It ain't. This was a brutal fucking movie, and it was but that's the fact that I love the 80s. Remember gang rape? How fun! Oh God. So yeah, that one I remember seeing that in the store, going, "Ooh."
It
someone...
seems like they kept re-releasing those like for years and years and years.
Oh, they
too,
did that all the
of
time.
80s.
I mean, they would come up with a common theme, or they'd do like a collector's banner or something. But this one was like, okay, yes, it's an 80s movie, but just I don't think it really goes with that fun, cheery vibe you got going on here. This is like, because thank God they didn't own Schindler's List. They would put that one out.
Right.
I love the 90s. Schindler's List. Yay! No. So
yeah.
anyway, yeah, that.
This has been a lot of fun, though. We do need to do another one, of like all labels, just all DVD covers. I think
Yeah,
it'd be a fun one
that
too.
that widens the field a tad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if
Ugh.
anybody has any ones that they think we should bring to the table, hit us up or whatever, and so we can kind of start making a list. Sure.
Okay, yeah. Bog Zombie in regards to what I just said about that cover. You just got to change your perspective on things, man. No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, that is no, sir. No. Bad Bog Zombie. No. Okay.
Yes, I can't say that, Jackson Jack. But guys, it has been a lot of fun. Stay tuned to both channels, Dead Pit and Born to Be Rad. We got more stuff coming up on the Anchor Bay Archives podcast, where we're always living the future
By reliving the past.
Tugger forever.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Anchor Bay Archives. Listen to the full Uncut podcast on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And make sure you follow both YouTube channels at Born to Be Rad and Dead Pit for more exclusive video content.
In the midnight glow, static whispers from